Hello, everybody, and welcome. We're D&D Boyband, a group of friends that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys, because apparently it's not fantasy unless everybody's hot, and I do mean everybody. This is an original D&D campaign set in the critical role world of Exandria, taking 10 years after the events of CR1, but still before CR2. We started traveling between Craghammer and Imon, and almost 2 years later, the party is in the Barb Fields in Wildmount, so quite far, and we haven't been to Imon. I'm Dungeon Master Jamie, and joining me tonight are the Spice Boys. First of all, let me introduce Clued as Rasha, Eski as...
I'm not Rasha anymore,
as Barnes.
Jamie.
I'm changing this right now.
He's
Could
dead.
you? I also don't have a token
He's not dead.
for you. Could you send it?
You
to
don't
me?
know that?
Could you send me the token for
Yeah,
Barnes,
yeah. I
please?
can send you a token.
Eski is Zug, Sai is Aku. Sadly, we are missing Luke as Ascor today. Hope you feel better soon. Lauren as Roman and Erin as Hayden. Getting these ones right. Before we begin, do we have any announcements?
Hell yeah, we always have announcements. Dun, dun. Okay, the first announcement is a request from Lauren. I didn't have time to make this fancy, so you guys are just gonna have to look at my phone. We have a TikTok account. Da, 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 da. It's reversed because I'm on webcam. Oh shit. Anyway, if you guys use TikTok, please go check us out. We are on TikTok as D&D Boyband, which is where we are everywhere. That search engine optimization. We've been making funny TikToks, and it's basically just kind of cut down moments from early episodes. So if you jumped in midway through and you haven't seen early episodes, then it's a good way to get caught up on some of the funny moments and the memes that we reference. And if you watched it all, then just go watch it anyway, because it's funny, and I spent a lot of time making them.
Actually,
That's
so funny.
They're actually
Like,
so good.
it's pretty cringe watching myself in things, but they're actually funny.
Yeah, big fan.
So yeah, please go check us out. The other announcement is actually related to that. We are looking for volunteers to help us create content. We would like to try to create more TikToks and more YouTube videos, but we're all working professionals who have very little spare time, and we are looking for people who can help us out with a couple of small things. Don't worry if you don't have any experience. More than oh god, I forgot my words. More than happy, thank you. More than happy. More than happy to, I don't know why I tried saying welcome. I'm more than happy to train up anyone who would like to learn how to make TikToks or would like to know how to make YouTube videos or timestamps or whatever. So please feel free to message me on the Discord, which you can follow. I will pop the link in the chat. Please follow us and join our oh my god, I can't words today. Join our Discord.
We're essentially offering a part-time internship for D&D Boyband, so you can learn all about it's brand management.
It's an unpaid internship because we literally make negative money by running the stream. But
we pay ourselves to run our stream.
Yeah, we do all the gifting ourselves. Anyway, but yeah, if you're wanting to learn how to make that stuff, I will put time investment into you to help you learn how to do these things. And if we ever make
Erin's really good at her job.
Really good.
Yeah. Anyway, the last announcement is just that we are doing an art giveaway. Go check the thing in the corner. We are on 266 out of 300 follows right now.
So close.
So once we hit 300, we're gonna be doing an art stream and an art giveaway where the winner will have their character drawn by both Clued and myself on a little dual screen art stream fun thingy. But I'm going to Canada at some point, so we want to try to do it before then, so it doesn't get super delayed. So get your follows in, get your friends to follow, get your mom to follow. I don't know, just help us get to 300. That'd be great. Thanks. Love you all. Bye.
Mums follow us. We should make our mums follow us.
My mom's been asking me to link me to this stream, and I've been like, no, mom, it's fine. You don't need to watch. You don't need to watch me simping over my friends.
I'm not allowed to see this.
Anyway, she's already thought that I was gay for Lauren once. It's only gonna happen again.
Well, you know.
Inevitable.
Was she wrong? I don't know. Anyway, Jamie, back to you.
Thank you. So, last session, you guys talked about the fact that you had seemingly woken up a large ancient dragon turtle. You avoided it, had lots of character moments to do with the box, Barnes, kind of moving through, discussing what happened with Rasha, to eventually you made your way to the Arbor Exemplar, this huge, gigantic tree sprouting out of the middle of this desolate wasteland, kind of, just planted there by the Wild Mother after the calamity, and the Divine Gate was sealed. You arrived and set about looking for something, and a very terrible stealth roll by me meant that a small halfling fell out of the tree and greeted you, letting you know that her name was Charmaine Eglatine, and she was the tree's guardian. Although something wasn't quite right, and her memory was definitely off, and because of that, she asked if she could draw all of you, letting you know that she knew the way to the tomb and that would take you there, but it would need to be in the morning because the tomb only opens at specific times. You reconvened the next day, and she woke you up and showed you her drawing, upon which you were missing one number, and none of you recognized who they were. During this time, she also showed you a few drawings of kind of a grotesque long white neck sticking out of the ground, and an almost too humanoid screaming face with like sunken black eyes and like a mouth that's unhinged open, that she'd drawn but couldn't remember. And I think it was at that point that a few of you saw these heads, but only Aku and Roman could remember seeing it once it disappeared. You learnt from Charmaine that groups come here and some none disappear, but oftentimes part of the reason for these drawings is that groups go missing and they don't remember. And it may or may not be the guardian of this place that judges people worthy. The name inscribed above the now missing member of your group was Beldrin Quaverin. He was a drow dressed in, as I said, House Everthill kind of robes and garbs, and upon realizing he was missing, upon realizing that you had now seen this creature, D&D Boyband. Throw it back to you.
So what was the name of this chappie that's gone missing?
I think it's just Veldrin, but Veldrin Quaverin is the...
Okay. And we're at the entrance to the tomb, or...?
You haven't been taken there yet. This is at your camp.
Okay, yeah, and we'd been made aware that people had seen the heads, right? We'd had some discussion to the effect of...
Yes.
We see, yeah.
And
okay.
she'd shown you one of her drawings, so she didn't remember drawing.
Yeah, okay.
And were we convinced that this person was definitely a member of our party, or are we kind of like, yeah, sure, lady? I can't remember the vibe we ended on last.
You ended up with a kind of a what the hell's going on? Who is this person?
However, in a we believe you way, or in a
she kind of was
your crazy way.
They were here, and they must have been, otherwise I wouldn't have drawn them. And sometimes, and you see, like she's brought out other ones and showed you similar, like this has happened before, and I think it's what's happening to me. My memory's not so good. Could you all make perception checks?
Yes, sir. Oh, I need a character sheet. Natural 20.
Ooh, very nice.
What time is it?
It's early morning. At twilight hours, you've been woken up because that's when the temple opens. So obviously you don't have disadvantage.
We all get a long rest, by the way, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I think I've already done that.
Why do I have 12 temporary hit points?
Yeah, I think that was Barnes, and we used that, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's popping out temporary hit points. I think we'll do another one before the tomb.
Okay, so I'll take it off for now, right? Or
yeah, I think temp
Yeah,
HP
okay.
die before the next long rest, or at the end of the
I rolled a 19.
Nice. 19.
I rolled a 9. Hell yeah.
9. Looking around, those of you who get over 15, it doesn't take much. You notice that you kind of count the number of people and make a note of where everybody was, and there's actually a tent set up that you don't recall who slept in it.
There's an extra tent?
Yeah.
Well, once I spot that, I'm gonna point it out to the group and be like, does it look well, hold on a second, Jamie. Does it look the same as the rest of our tents? Because like we bought all of our tents at the same time, so I'm assuming they're all like the same brand and like color or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Whose is that? Hayden says, and then he's gonna approach it and go investigate the tent.
I'd assume it's a poor, unworthy friend that appears to have been eaten.
Hayden, you can make an investigation check as you go through.
I feel like I would have remembered a friend that was here.
I would have thought I would have remembered my whole life, and yet here I am.
Yeah, but you've been dead for 900 years. I can't remember what I did 9 days ago, so... Bit of a difference.
Whatever's happened to this chap, we know what the culprit was that got rid of him. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm certain of it. Aku, you saw it too.
I missed the lady in the ring.
I rolled a 21 on investigation.
21 on investigation. Yeah, you kind of scrape through the tomb. You kind of open up the tent and you see a kind of rolled out kind of knapsack, sleeping bag that's kind of looked ruffled. And as you kind of with a 21, the first thing you notice is that some of the soil has definitely been disturbed recently near the sleeping bag, and there is actually a kind of ever so slight telltale signs of a struggle. There's a few specks of blood on the inside of the tent, and looking around, you see some possessions that you don't really recognize. There's a couple of there's like some daggers, kind of strewn out on the floor. You see like similar to all of you, kind of like some food, some dried meats. There's also kind of a little like knapsack off to the side that as you kind of flick it open and start looking through it, you see that there's a small little book and some like quills and ink inside it.
Can I pick up the book and have a look through that?
Yeah, so you just see it's a sketchbook. It's got various pictures of Rosona, kind of people who you vaguely recognize in some of the outfits and get up, and then it's got kind of the occasional sketch of some of the creatures you've encountered on your journey. There's Aeonir and Krantz. There was the dragon turtle. There are a couple of the like landscapes and obelisks you've been through. Whoever this used to belong to has been drawing things on your journey.
Are there any pictures of us?
Yeah, the occasional one. Some of Roman meditating kind of outside, a couple of Ascoron Thaddeus. There's one or two of Brasher with kind of the purple eyes that Ghost had, and even a couple of ghosts standing on top of the obelisk previously.
Yo.
They look handsome. Have
You,
done them well?
Brasher?
No, just the drawings. Did he capture our best features?
I'd say there's a lot of effort put in, but not necessarily the best results.
A for attainment, cool. No further questions.
Right, I'll withdraw from the tent and I'll come over to the group with this book and I'll flip it open to one of the pages where some of us have been drawn from a while ago, and I'll hold it out and I'll say, how do we explain this if we don't remember someone being with us?
I think the explanation is probably the most obvious one. He was here with us, he just has been abducted from our memories, and also apparently from life.
Perhaps if we can trace the origin of this creature, we can find him before he is permanently removed from life, and maybe... Can I do a, investigation of the area and try and source, how... Well, I know this thing was coming in through the ground. I had a look at that before, but, perhaps find something more specific.
Yeah, make a survival or investigation check, whatever you prefer.
I prefer investigation. 25.
25, okay, wow. Looking around now, this area is, on your experience of the Barb Fields as well, very little makes its way through here. The wind is very light, and other than, the occasional bursts of magic or large creatures that come through that is very obvious, creatures here are more small and scavengy. So something that would churn the ground is pretty rare, which means that now, abreast of what you're seeing, perhaps looking, this entire field looks as if there are many different kind of earth that's been churned, as if large worms have kind of snaked their way through. Whatever it's difficult to kind of discern it because you can see it kind of. You can see now entrance like holes that seemingly where something has emerged and come back, and that's been filled in. But also kind of where the line of ruffled sand kind of stops, and whatever it is dives. Seemingly, it can go a lot deeper underground than you're able to see, but there are lines after lines after lines for the 25 that you see of this creature moving around under the surface of the sand.
Okay. This place that we're going to, that you're taking us, he gestures to Charmaine. Does it go underground?
Well, yes.
Seems like a good enough place to start. We're going there anyway.
I wonder. Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, please. Go ahead.
On the subject of our friend Veldrin, do y'all have any kind of friendship bracelets or something? I don't know. Maybe something he would have given you. I don't know. Do you have any belongings on you that you don't know the origin of?
Did Rasha finish making Roman's ogre gauntlets look nice, or do they still look ugly?
Yeah, so he put like a thin casing on them, but it's like a fundamental, it's like just it's sat on the top off rather than a fundamental alteration of the thing, which is what he implied he wanted to be able to do.
But do they look nice, or do they still look ugly?
Yeah, they look decent.
Okay.
Bit clunky because, it's coated in something, but like better.
Yeah. Roman will just like look at his like gauntlets, like turn his hands like over, and then just look sad and start staring off into middle distance.
Hayden's gonna rip open his bag and start rifling through it and see if he finds anything in there that he does not remember being in there.
No.
No. He says to Barnes, nothing unusual. So unless this guy was a stalker who is just following us from afar and drawing us.
Well, I think probably he is. He looks to Charmaine. This nice lady says he was, but it's just strange having something missing and having no emotional attachment to it. Strange feeling, isn't it?
I would suggest if you see anything coming up through the ground or burrowing, perhaps averting your eyes will help. Maybe the power comes from viewing it. Or...
If you're sticking around or delving deeper, may I suggest you take this? And she gestures a drawing to you. Just in case it happens to any of you. Maybe take notes about each other.
All right. Gosh, that's a little grim, isn't it? Well, for what it's worth, I would be quite sad if any of you were to be vanished from my memory.
I suppose.
Although I wouldn't remember I was sad, but...
It's... In some ways... No. It's definitely not kinder.
Ignorance is bliss, after all.
So...
Right.
Charmaine, you said that this is something that happens from time to time. Have the vanished people ever been found?
Not to my knowledge. People rarely come here. And when they do, they don't stay for long, especially with one of their number missing.
He turns to Aku. You're pretty good at tracking animals and stuff. There's some blood and signs of a struggle near the tent. Do you think that you might be able to follow where it's gone?
So, as Hayden says, you're pretty good with animals and tracking. Aku looks pretty uncomfortable as Hayden says that, as if maybe he's not quite been very honest. JB, is this gonna be a nature check, or can I use survival?
This will be survival, yeah.
Okay, cool. And he just sort of coughs a bit and says, I can try.
Yeah.
Well,
If you want to go over to the tent and make a survival check.
That's a 16.
Dean, so kind of with it pointed out to you, the blood, the blood. You are a pretty good tracker, but the things you hunt often don't dive beneath the ground, and very quickly you make out that there's something has come up and disappeared, and the ground has been reshaped around it, and it's moved slightly to the north, slightly closer to the tree. But then the trail just stops, whether it got deeper or moved slower, so the ground wasn't just disturbed, or the pattern's lost. You lose it about a couple of meters north of the tent.
I guess Aku's gonna relay that to...
Roman and Aku would probably also, if kind of on the perspective, would be aware that they saw the head in two different directions. You guys were looking in different directions when you saw the head.
I suppose the conclusion we could draw from this situation is that there are either more than one of these creatures, or they are all indeed connected somehow to one greater body.
Sort of spooky, memory-stealing Hydra sort of situation.
Mm-hmm. Seems
That
like
does sound quite scary.
Does rather.
Indeed, what could be more scary than just slipping into obscurity and oblivion? No memory of your existence or anything left behind.
That's not too bad. It's not to be too harsh. Nothing
Or
wrong
is
with a
it-
bit of obscurity and all that.
Yes, but does beg the question, what was the purpose of that existence in the first place?
Well, I'm not going to dwell on that one too much. Shall we get going?
Yeah, I mean, if this guy has been taken by something that's maybe been burrowing underground, then maybe we might find him if where we're going is underground. Maybe he's hanging out with Vespin. Ugh.
Sounds like a very Vespin thing to do.
He's collecting some of his own pals. Should we get going?
Let's do it.
Yes, we mustn't miss the time. Please
But
come with me.
one thing before we go, and I'd like to use my inspiring leader feature. And you'll get a wee set of quotations. He'll maybe ponderously look into the distance and be like, "Do you know, a picture is worth 1,000 words?" And he's gonna look at the thing. But memories are priceless, and I'm personally quite affronted to have something so precious taken from me. So let's go get it back, etc., etc. And y'all get a whole bunch of temp HP. I think it's another 12, just a flat 12.
So
There's something like
inspired
your
right
bard
now.
level, right? Or...
Inspiring leader, 17 temp HP.
Dang!
What?
I'm hella
Bonds is-
motivated today.
Bonds' outfit, right?
Yeah.
Is it like particular finery? Like would he have any like gemstones and pearls and stuff on it, or is it just like your grandma's cardigan kind of thing?
Yeah, so it's surprisingly unfine. It's all very woolly. It's like really patterned, like kind of embroidered wools, but not like not with like it's not like fancy gold work stuff or like beaded or anything.
No
It's-
pearls.
No pearls. No.
Pearls specifically.
No,
For no
specifically
particular
pearls.
reason.
Yeah, I see where this is going. Not a single pearl to be found
I
on this body.
I just be looking up these pearls, man. I just there are no pearls in the tent, are there?
All of Barnes's pearls are
missing
pearls of
one, no.
wisdom.
And Charmaine doesn't have any pearls on her, does she?
What are you? Not. She is looking quite ragged and like
She's not
quite
got a
skinny.
pearl bracelet or ring or anything.
No.
God, I'm just asking.
What?
Alright.
No, she doesn't.
Chill, bro.
well.
Chill.
So, being drawn closer and closer to the tree as the sun slowly begins to crest the horizon. those of you, again, with the keener eyes would have noticed that they're almost like breathing. The grass kind of flows in and out incredibly slowly towards the edges around this tree. Kind of not that quickly, but over hours, you'll see kind of the grass line retreat out. And those of you with, I'd say, over perhaps, who's got the highest passive perception?
Oh, it used to be Russia, but
It
now
used to be Russia.
I've got 16.
Mine is also 16.
Okay, I will say, just Roman, as the one most likely to take notes, will maybe notice that every single time, minusculely, just ever so slightly further out. However, making your way to the large trunk of this tree, towering above you, the roots kind of begin to fall even further out of the ground, and you're not sure if the ground is getting a bit lower or just the sheer enormity of this thing as you begin to walk towards its trunk is kind of pushing the ground around, and the roots now almost become like walls on the outside as you can barely see above them. And the smell of earth for the first time. Most of you, this is a desolate wasteland of sand. This is the first time anything that smells like dew in the morning, kind of water, mildew, fills your nostrils, and it almost feels like spring somewhere. And as you approach trunk, going further and further down, it gets darker and darker and darker as you perhaps emerge under the tree as Charmaine is guiding you down. And every time you think there can't be any more, there's like a slight turning or a little like leave under, and you imagine you'd have struggled to find this on your own. And as you come to what seems to be just another section of the tree, you see Charmaine kind of reach out with her staff and tap it ever so slightly, and there's an outline of a door appears, kind of bathed in the very beginning of the morning sunlight, with Celestial, those of you who read it, written all around it. Who understands Celestial?
Nobody.
I do.
Oh wait.
I do.
Whoa.
Not.
Cool. So some of it, so kind of written around the door is: morning mist glides through gnarled trees, bringing amber light to eyes most pleased. Among the burly trunks and outstretched roots is the rustle of leaves and the patter of boots. Written right above the door is: but as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of tree the things which gods have prepared for them that love. And looking at this and reading it, and as you kind of say it out loud, a further two kind of the bark around the tree and the roots of the sinew begin to kind of meld, and you recognize it instantly as kind of a very similar figure to the one you saw ages ago in the Feywild, but slightly more anthropomorphized version of the large kind of lion-esque creature you saw dancing around with an elven female woman in an expansive kind of verdant grassland, dancing over a kind of decrepit, fallen, laying silent still winged serpent on the ground. And as you look at it in the light, the image almost seems to move, with the woman and the lion almost dancing round and round each other. Aku, you would recognize immediately them being avatars or figures of Sylvanas and Mildora, the Wild Mother. You'd probably also, given your many experiences with it, recognize the creature lying on the ground as perhaps an image or an avatar of Zahir, the cloaked serpent.
Okay.
This bitch.
That guy.
I am gonna translate all of that to the party.
And I'll move you onto the map.
The
Well, that's
map.
nice.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Brother.
Ooh. Okay. Let me set this up. So Jamie, this was a very lovely riddle that you wrote for us, and if I was a smarter person, I would totally get it. But you know, I think Roman is really smart, and I wonder if
Would you like me
maybe
to write it down for
Roman would get the riddle because
Yeah.
he's so smart, and
Amazing.
he could
There
just
aren't-
basically roll, and he would understand what it meant.
There
So
aren't too many brain cells in this player.
you
so-
could all roll intellect checks for me if you don't want to bother trying to
Yeah.
solve anything.
Buddy.
It feels wrong to even try.
Oh wait, I've not cropped this right.
That's a 4.
That's it. Campaign over. You all can't figure out what
God.
you need.
No brain cells here.
I can't do stuff when it's spoken to me. I need to read it, so I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, so-
I'm reading it
yeah.
now.
I rolled a natural 1.
Like, it's like, I like this.
Wait, so is it just a straight up intelligence
Akku's just
roll?
like stands there and bees hot.
I translated it. That's my job.
His job is to be the himbo.
It's an intelligence roll, you said.
Yeah. If you want to make one, if you want to try figure it out, go for it. But if you would want to, if you think you can justify to me why your character would know this from an
Okay,
intelligence
look.
point of view.
I'm
Aku
gonna
has
paste
not
this in
had a
Twitch chat.
great relationship with
Anyone
with
watching
schooling,
figure it out.
so he just breaks out in a rash when looking at written words.
Begins to sweat profusely.
Are we meant to have spooky dark lighting on
In the thing.
in the map?
Yeah, you guys are not supposed to be able to see beyond.
I thought we were outside.
Yeah, you are outside.
Yeah, we're going up some steps, and we
But
can't.
I have like 15 feet of vision.
It's daytime though, right? So...
Yeah, I have a circle around me rather than.
It's because I've
Oh.
prepared it rather. Right, when you go inside, there will be no light. So this map is
Okay.
ready for when you guys go inside, if you get
Okay.
there.
Because you'd be
Okay.
a boy who has no dark vision, eh?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, am I?
Actually.
Actually, do
Yo,
I have
Bart,
dark vision?
Do you have dark vision? I'm sus.
Am I?
Roman notices that Barnes moves freely in the dark.
I mean, he is a zombie.
I mean, if you want to hold my hand because you can't see in the dark, like, I'm not gonna say no.
I rolled a 23, Jamie.
23. Okay. Zug, what you get?
I got a 7. It's not.
Okay,
I mean,
we're all
unless I
sitting
rolled
there
a
and you're
nat
like,
20, unless I
Does-
rolled a nat 20, I do not think it's justified that Zug would know the answer to this.
Roman, do you have an inkling without a hint?
No, it's weird because, like, not to like be that bitch, but like normally I'm pretty good at riddles, but I don't really understand this one. I'm sorry.
Good.
Exactly.
'Cause neither of them are riddles. Roman works
Yeah.
out very quickly. They are simply poems and admonishments of worship to the Wild Mother and to Sylvanus.
Thank God.
We're even more stupid than we thought possible.
Because I was looking at them, I was like, neither of these statements pose a question. Which
No,
was
neither of them do.
There's no question here.
I was
They are
ready to be
clearly-
like, roots! The answer is roots!
They are clearly
Cut to 1 hour later, and Aku is still standing in front of it, being like, "I can't figure it out."
they are both forms
the
of
answer is
worship
flower.
or devotion to the gods.
Yay!
Roman explains that. I imagine they're all like going around like discussing like, what could this riddle mean? Trying to like come up with theories. And it's like, these are more like hymns, poems, perhaps.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah,
does
it's
that mean we're
nothing.
supposed to sing them?
oh.
Possibly.
I could make a little tune for them. You know, maybe give it a bit of a.
That
Bit of
would certainly
pizzazz?
be more appropriate than trying to glean any sort of deep secret meaning from them.
I'm just thinking. I really like the word patter. It's quite cute. As far as I'd gotten.
Patter.
Right. Doesn't have a nice little ring to it. Patter.
the
No,
pitter
Do you have
patter.
dark vision, Barnes, just out of interest?
I don't. I thought I
No.
might do because I'm dead. But
Not sus.
What's that?
No.
So, Charmaine kind of steps back. Well,
Should you like to take us further?
can we go in now? It's very nice, but you know.
That's a very
Oh.
nice poem, him. But
So, normally people bring tribute. Did you not?
ah, tributes.
Go into
Aku-
Vespen's tomb.
Of course.
But this is
Perhaps a bladder full of tribute for you, Barnes.
Aku, when at the mention of tribute, Aku just he kind of like shakes his head as if, oh my god, why didn't I think of this before? And reaches into his bag and pulls out just like 3 decaying birds, just like stinky dead birds, and just like puts them on the ground.
Why does
Okay,
he have
as you put them on the
those?
ground, the roots kind of come up, put it down, and pulls it into the tree, and you hear a chink, as but the doors just ever so slightly open.
Oh my
When
god.
you say ever so slightly, have they opened just like a tiny?
As in, they're
tiny
very
bit?
slowly beginning to open.
I didn't
Okay.
expect that to work, but
The
thank
tree
you,
demands
DM.
more birds.
Does it need,
Why do
does
you
it need
have
more
those?
birds?
I wouldn't have
Just-
said this before this moment, but you do remind me of my brother a small bit.
You just carry dead things around, or what?
Oh,
Well, I might want a snack.
What?
Will you carry me around if I don't want to walk anymore? Got it? Because I'm a zombie. Never mind.
Zug starts
could just,
rifling
like-
around in his bag, kind of muttering to himself.
I could just side eyes Barnes and ignores him.
Is the door still opening, or is it like stopped
Ever
halfway?
so slightly opening. Yeah, sorry, I keep saying that. Yeah, it's opened and it's now hanging slightly ajar, not fully open.
So okay. Zug pulls out of his bag. He pulls out a tattered, kind of like beaten up set of what people would recognize as bright red scale mail to throw it, and he goes, "Ha!" And then he just kind of like throws it on the ground and goes, "My old armor."
Yeah, being the remains of a dragon. The armor kind of gets pulled under the same kind of vibes, and you see it snapping and cracking and getting broken apart. And those of you, again, let's say 16 perception, can see as the shimmer of the shards are spread out around the tree, almost as it seems to be feeding various parts of it. And the door continues to swing further open.
Is it like open enough that we could slide through if we go sideways?
One of you could have walked in previously anyway,
Oh.
like one by one.
Well,
Wait,
that's enough, right?
I asked you if the door was open, and you were like, "It's just a little ajar." I assumed that meant that we couldn't fit.
Well,
Gotta
not
ask the
you
right
with your
questions,
mayonnaise
though.
belly, my guy.
Fine.
I was wondering why you just like yeeted your arm.
I thought it wasn't open yet. It doesn't matter. Like, it's in character.
That's very generous of you.
He just looks very pleased. He's like,
How
All
pious
right.
of you, Zug.
"That's a very good tribute."
Can I peer through the gap in the door and see
Yeah.
if the ways beyond look safe?
So it's slightly odd. There's like a veil of darkness at the door. It just looks completely black as you kind of think. Which may be why Zug thought it wasn't open far enough. None of the light from outside spews in whatsoever. So as you put your head through, it is like putting it through a curtain, and you with your night vision can see through the other side.
Ooh.
You can't see any of the text on that, can you?
No, I cannot.
Okay, good, perfect. Looking through, you see the insides of this. It's
sample.
That's fine. You see, so you're looking through, kind of poking your head through. You see a ruins. This structure in this building here is a combination of kind of a part of the tree. Stone has been built. Some of it has been collapsed. Could you roll a perception check for me, Hayden?
Sure.
Zach, you get out of there.
Oh, I've just followed him through. Like,
Yeah.
no chill, no wait, no nothing. Like,
16. Perception check, you said, sorry?
16.
Cool.
Yes. Okay, how's your vision? 16 perception. Okay. Looking through, kind of looking around, you don't see much. You see some collapsed walls. You see some bits that you can't quite make out. Some walls and like tree coming down. Looking ahead, that JPEG sample is the only thing here that is emitting ever such a slight a shimmer of light. And as you kind of look forward, it seems to be some kind of on the ground, some kind of pedestal that is raised that is shimmering ever so slightly. What immediately catches your attention, though, is that on the ground there is a trail of purple footprints.
Purple, you say?
We don't like that
Hmm,
color here.
Don't like that
Like,
color.
What makes them purple? What makes the footprints purple?
As
Ghost
in,
evil
they are
energy.
they are lit up. It's like
Glowing
these-
purple.
Like someone's
glowing
been standing in
purple
purple rave paint and
Yeah.
shined a UV light on it.
Yeah.
Hayden's gonna poke his head back out the
Some
door
dirty
and
footprints.
Hayden's gonna poke his head back out the door and be like, "Hey guys, you're gonna want to see this." And then he's gonna slip the rest of the way through the door, fully into the room.
Okay, Hayden, as you step your way through the door, you scurry your way through the veil, and you get to the other side, and you're paralyzed. And just in your head, you hear, "And how do you serve the wild?"
I'm paralyzed. I can't respond.
You can think, though. It's in your head.
How do I serve the wild?
Can I just queue up that Zug at this point would have just straight walked through the door?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it.
so
Zug, you hear the same thing. You walk through at the same time as
Oh,
Hayden,
I
and you hear
want to
this. in your
say,
head.
I don't want to be really difficult, but I have immunity to paralysis.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, you are being held in place by some force.
Damn it.
Damn it.
I was gonna say, no, I have 2 rings. One that makes me immune to paralysis, and the second one that
That's
means
okay.
people cannot project thoughts into my head without permission.
That's okay. How do
So-
you serve the wild, Zug?
So does
Hayden?
that break through? That breaks through
Yes.
everything. Ah.
Let the
Wild
DM use
what?
his trap, okay?
Not a trap.
The wild what? What? Like the great outdoors?
Who did we lose?
We lost me
Long
six.
live the... Oh, that was that dryad from Warcraft 3. The great outdoors.
Oh,
Me 6 rage quit.
I serve the wild by giving it red armor.
Make a persuasion check. Zug.
He's not wrong.
He's probably totally genuine about it.
No, no.
Bless him.
Yeah, it's not deception. That's the
Zug is my
distinction.
favorite character, guys.
Persuasion, not deception. Yeah.
So pure.
He's so
Um,
cute.
You know, that was a 5.
Oh.
You are released, but you feel as though whatever entity holds this place it is suddenly slightly more hostile to you, and you are under the effect of the Bane spell.
Okay. So I'll put that under conditions, right? Or,
Oh no.
You can't do it. It basically means minus D4 from whatever you do.
like, constantly? Is this
Maybe.
one of those ones that needs, like, a great arresto to get rid of?
We shall
Alright,
see.
whatever. We shall see, won't we?
Hayden.
So Hayden asked, "The wild what?"
West.
No response.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
So
You
can I
die.
ask-
Hayden died.
Can I ask, out of interest, what exactly would Zug have felt upon this Bane spell being chucked on? Would it be like a feeling
you
of
just-
unease, or like?
Yeah, just slight unease. This place puts you off kilter. It is odd. You feel constantly on edge, anxious.
Spook Magook.
This is a spooky place.
I'm just here to look for my friend, I think, who went missing, who I also forgot.
You are released.
I'm a city boy,
You are
I'm
under
sorry.
the effect of the Bane spell.
Unacceptable.
It's fine.
Mm.
I'm gonna walk forward further into the tomb now that I'm no longer paralyzed.
Okay, I will say that each of you, as you walk in, you have the same effect, except for Aku.
Woo!
Wait, don't we get a chance to answer the
No.
question?
As in, how did you serve the wild happens to each of you. What is your response, Barnes and Roman?
Well, you can think of me as recently resurrected fertilizer, bottom of the food chain. I mean, to be honest, my body's been food for the worms for nearly millennia, so honestly, you could say I'm the ultimate servant of the wild.
Barnes is released and under the effect of the bless spell.
Dang!
Yo, bitch!
Damn, fucking.
That's got it. As is Aku, separately. But
High
Roman, what is your
five.
answer?
What was the question again? Sorry.
And how do you serve the wild?
I consider it my duty to protect those who cannot be protected from the wild, and also those who would do harm to it otherwise.
Make a persuasion check.
No! No! Sorry, I lost my roller.
I love how my response was so bad I didn't even have to do a persuasion check.
That's like a D on your effort report card.
Yeah. Didn't show up to class.
2. Okay. You are released. However, you are under the effect of the Bane spell. I'm gonna
Does
put this.
Aku not get the question?
No, Aku does not. But Aku does get. So I'm gonna put Bane on ask or fails. I'm just saying.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Can someone give Askel's answer?
Yeah, that'd be the DM.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
what would he have said?
Yeah, say something funny.
No,
What do
it
you
serves
mean?
me. I build on it.
What do you mean, serve the wild?
I knew
I
he'd say
cut
that.
down the trees. Burn them.
Right. So Barnes is under the bless, as is Aku. And everyone else is under no, except for everyone else is under Bane. Aku. Instead, as you walk in, because you're not stopped, so you know why all these guys are freezing. Instead, you hear the same voice you heard back in the Feywild. Welcome back, chosen of Sylvanus.
When Aku hears that, he immediately drops to his knees, like his forehead like low on the ground.
As you drop to the knees and put your forehead on the ground, you accidentally move something you didn't notice before, and slightly looking up at it, you see that something's crafted out of kind of the wood and twine of the place. It's a small figurine of a deer.
Does he recognize that as anything of?
It doesn't jump out as you as being significantly valuable, but it's seemingly of decent craft and is here.
So, it was like it. Does it look like it's been here for a long time, like, or does it look like it was like appeared recently?
It looked like it was quite dusty.
He's gonna touch it.
Yeah,
He's gonna
nothing.
touch the deer.
Nope, touching the deer, that's fine. It just feels wooden,
He's gonna pick
slightly
it up.
damp. Picking it up. Okay, now you're all here as well. You can all see the purple footprints making their way to the central dais at the top, the slightly raised thing that you can all see now is the only thing emitting some light. I realize I haven't had it emitting light, but that is my bad. Off in the distance, those of you will see this glowing. Can you see that now?
Yeah, I can.
Before anyone steps forward towards it, if it looks like Hayden's going to go off, he's just going to kind of grab his Herden with his finger and just sort of tug him back. Boo. We are entering some sort of religious tomb, and that has not been it has not had an active caretaker for some time, of course. We should possibly be a little cautious before stepping in or up to things.
There is a creak and a meow as the door slams behind you.
For reasons like that.
Zug just kind of nods at you and goes, absolutely, and then begins walking forwards, just
Jesus
to the top of the
Christ.
stairs. He gets about that far, what happens to you?
Nothing.
God,
As you're walking forward,
he's a nightmare, isn't he?
you see, kind of following the purple footprints, you see them, they lead right up to the dais and then just vanish. The dais, Zug, upon kind of being a bit closer, you can see that it is tiered. It is kind of concentric, it's a central pedestal, kind of got graduated levels on it. Each kind of circle larger than each circle smaller than the one before it, and kind of culminating with one on top. You also notice, kind of looking at it, that there are small little, almost toy-like figures on the dais.
Could I check for traps and booby traps.
Yeah,
and
I was about
stuff.
to say
Yep.
the same thing. Can I also check for traps?
Right.
Could I take
make-
somebody's arm? It's sort of dark.
Yeah. Could I have, if you guys want to roll investigation checks,
Sure.
and I will quickly run to the bathroom and be right back.
Investigation check.
Wow.
Investigation. Why can there not be intimidation?
29.
No, 13.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too, because there's no way I succeed on any of these things.
It's
roll
just
a
the one.
3.
It's the one thing I'm good at, guys. Investigation and sleight of hand.
Oh, actually, I think. Hold on. Can I? Is this a drow thing? Oh, I can cast dancing lights, so I shall cast dancing lights for those of you who cannot see.
Ooh.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Little
How far is that admitting?
cantrips. Dancing lights. 120 foot. Baby.
Okay,
Wait, no,
wow.
sorry, that's not right. It can go 120 foot away.
Bright light for how far?
Medium, whichever you choose, sheds a light in a 10-foot radius. So we can have them going ahead of us to sort of like there's 4 of them, right? So they can just kind of bob ahead and around, kind of,
Oh yeah, they're 4 separate guys.
you know.
Okay, I'm just gonna make 4 copies of the spiritual weapon.
Very threatening dancing lights.
Wow.
Bright light 10 foot, right?
Yep.
Cool. And then I'm gonna.
Oh wait, no, sorry. It's dim light 10 foot.
Dim light 10 foot, right? Okay. Cool. So looking around, those of you with night vision, and let's say with the low light now as well, as they kind of do more, the inscriptions around, like kind of the walls of this, seemingly once perhaps you kind of get the odd indicator that something would have been carved here or written, but over a long period of time, they've kind of slowly disappeared or been removed, either by erosion or just a long passage of time. I'm going to make this controllable by Roman. Oh, all players can control it. Oh no, okay, all players. Yep, okay, cool. So this path, however, there are seemingly 4 main, or what you can see are 4 chambers. The central one you're in, the one forward that's slightly raised to the dais, and then 2 chambers off to the side. Looking around, the collapsed walls you see, there's something different about these. Despite being underground, and despite being seemingly having no light, the walls are full of life. Bushes, beetles, flowers, even somehow down here, it's very leafy green, except where the collapses are. You get a bit closer, and generally, despite being underground, the smell is quite sweet here, all the flowers. But the closer you get to the rot, this have been collapsed, it smells of rot, and that's what seemingly has caused this collaboration of stone and bark to fall and be destroyed. And whatever has happened here, seemingly kind of where you see the rubble on the map, it smells different, it feels different, and it's off-putting. If this wasn't here, this would be a surprisingly green, verdant, and well-smelling underground place. Much nicer than the Underdark you guys found yourself in months ago.
That's a bit gross. Moving on, and kind of plugging his nose. Hayden's gonna
29. Looking around Hayden, you look for the telltale like metal signs or symbols or anything that would key you into traps. And looking around the walls, the various passageways out and in, kind of this main central next one, nothing immediately grabs your attention as being mechanical in nature. So you kind of, your eyes go to the arcane, and the only thing that even slightly triggers that is the dais. And as you approach that, you see that kind of the 5 circles on the dais. 2 seconds. There there's celestial writing going into each of the 2 rooms off this, which Aku I will come to in a second. But Hayden, as you approach the dais, you see that there are 4 kind of layers, and there are figurines on top. Which is one of a kind of figurine of a flower, one that seems to be a tree, and one of a rabbit.
And
On
is
the
there-
pedestal, there
Go ahead.
seems to be slots. 5 on the bottom, 3, 2, 1. There seems to be no particular order. Sorry, the ones you've been given, they just seem to be scattered either around the pedestal or on top of it. Looking around as well on the floor, you see a shriveled husk of what once perhaps may have been one of these, but you'd need to kind of, if you could make a nature check to try to identify what it once would have been.
I'll take a glance at it, but let's see, 12.
12. Okay. 12. No, you can't quite make out what it once perhaps would have been.
Hayden will hold it up
That's-
to the group and be like, "Can anybody figure out what this is?"
Everyone can make nature checks.
Are we supposed to roll a d4 and take that off this as well?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh.
Bane is saving throws and to attack, not skill checks.
Right, that's
Oh,
what I
okay.
wanted to double check. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And then bless is ability checks.
A bit. Not ability checks either, I don't think, or it could be. Let me check.
Oh.
When it makes an attack or a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
They're not ability checks either.
I actually really hate the digital dice roller because it always looks like it's going to roll onto a 20 and then rolls onto a 2.
Sorry, not Barnes. Anyone roll? Just try to say anyone roll over an 18 on nature check.
No.
No, you guys all collectively have no idea what this is. Aku, looking to the left, the inscription above, written in Celestial, above this doorway to this other passage, it just says "The Call of the Wild." To the right, it just said to the other phrase says "Time for a True Display."
Time for a true display of skill.
Time for a true display of skill.
Who needs a map?
You belong in a museum.
Sorry.
Okay,
We just outed ourselves on national television.
Just unearthed something in me, Jamie.
Time for a true display.
Yep.
Of skill.
No time for a true display is what is written.
So that's on the right hand side, you said.
Yeah. So kind of collectively at this point, Hayden, you kind of look at the dais, and the only thing that kind of screams there's something magical or different here. And actually, with that investigation skill, you can see that this dais probably moves. The grooves in the ground seems like it's like slightly more eroded than the area around it, seemingly scraping against each other. There are scratch marks. This moves. Or has moved.
Can you make a duplicate of Hayden so I can show people what Aku and Asko are seeing?
Yeah.
Thank you. You go down there. There you go.
So the room to the left has the Call of the Wild written above it. The room to the right has time for a true display.
I have no idea what this means.
DM,
Yes.
please.
You guys
Just-
haven't explored everywhere.
No.
What?
Before
What's-
before
Okay.
anyone goes anywhere,
Okay.
can Aku use detect evil and good, divine sense?
Divine Sense. Yep. So Divine Sense. Just bring it up. Divine Sense 5e.
It is celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet.
Nothing. No pings.
Cool.
So to clarify as well, you guys, so around the dais, so you found Aku found a deer, and around the dais you found a rabbit, a flower, and a tree.
Yeah, rabbit, flower, tree. I'm putting that in campaign notes.
Yeah, let's actually start using that.
All right, let's use our brains, guys. We're all adults here. We got this.
There are also, as you guys like enter here, there are also rooms that are completely sealed off.
Oh, is it?
No,
Is
no,
it the
no, no.
ones
Those
that
are
I've just
fine.
walked through?
It's like no. It's like these here and this here.
What's up with these here passages down here?
Yeah, that's the one. That one there says Call of the Wild. Okay, Roman,
is
as
Call
you
of the
enter this
Wild?
room,
Thank
you
you.
see there are 6 statues in this room. In the corner, you have over there. You have a cat, kind of curled up. You have
Oh, like this
a-
one?
where? Sorry.
Like that one.
Like that one
Like this
exactly.
one?
Although this is a
Like
slightly
that
more
one.
kale coloured. You have a bear, an owl, a fox, a bull, a cat, and an eagle.
Oh my good word. Cat, bear, fox, eagle, cow?
Bear, owl, fox, bull, cat, eagle.
Okay.
I guess I'll go over to this fox and have a closer look at it.
Yeah, it's made of stone, carved. A picture of sorry, kind of in the like almost like close to the ground in like a hunting pose.
It's not movable, doesn't seem to have any like notches or any kind of.
As you kind of make an investigation check.
Sure.
Of looking around, there's a lot of like this is very old, and it's kind of a combination of stone and bark and just a general kind of grapes and cuts. You don't know if this is movable. You kind of try to pick it up and it seems locked to the floor or melded to the floor.
I would like to just quickly walk back to the dais and have a look what was in the position where there was only one thing.
Nothing. None of
Nothing.
the so yeah, it was 5, 3, 2, 1, but nothing. They weren't in any order when you arrived. They were kind of strewn all about, not in any of the slots.
What's in the Call of the Wild room?
You walk into the Call of the Wild room and you see again statues. This time of an owl, a bear, a wolf, and a deer.
Oh.
Could you make
Okay.
an investigation check for me
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
as you kind of look them all over?
Oh, that's not that bad. 18.
18. No, kind of looking around, these don't seem to be movable either. You actually get the sense, looking at kind of the ground and where they are, that there's kind of like scraping, almost as if stone has wrapped against stone around this creature's paws.
So this was owl.
Paws and claws.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Like paws and claws, so like obviously the owl has claws.
Okay, I guess I'll call and say, guys, there are more statues in here. Something about, I don't know, it looks like they've moved on the ground or something.
When I used detect magic earlier, it just lit the whole tree up, didn't it?
Yep.
Is there anything in this behind the statue? Am I able to get in here, or?
Yeah, you are. It would have perhaps once been some kind of storage room. You see kind of like circular rings on the ground and rotten wood of barrels and something that's now moldy and rotten, and like the half of the walls collapsed and it stinks.
Does it seem like the wall has collapsed in naturally from like age and disuse, or does it seem like something has caused it to collapse?
I'll say with your intelligence, the rot here and what you've seen is incredibly uneven, and it's as if certain places have kind of been targeted. It's not like the whole thing is kind of agelessly rotting, and given kind of your understanding of this place in general, like that's quite odd, but some level has either gained a foothold here or has been placed here.
Can I have a look through it, see if there's anything like through the rubble, or do I not find anything other than barrels and stuff?
Make an investigation check.
Are these like statues, like the size that they could be picked up and put onto the dais?
If you try to put one in a slot, it seems to fit pretty well. Like each of them have like a base that goes kind of slots in quite satisfactory to any of the slots.
And how many slots is it we have?
You have. Is that 10? Am I bad at maths? No, 11.
11 slots.
What was your score, Roman?
It was 26 this time.
26. I'll say not kind of looking through stuff. It's kind of gross. You stick your hand and you look around, and kind of, I'll say with that, looking around each of them, you do kind of pull out a statue that, like one of the wooden figurines that the others seem to have found by the dais, but this one is of a human with a circular base.
Hey, Nature Man. What does your experience tell you about all of this? Do you know anything about slots and statues and little puzzle games?
I'm assuming, DM, that none of this is familiar to Aku. Because his player has no freaking idea.
Nope. Aku got in. What more do they want?
Aku is still on the ground with his head to the floor. Looks like he's praying. He doesn't take any notice of Barnes.
What are you sniffing the ground for? Well, we got stuff to do. Oh, never mind.
Who found the human statue?
Roman.
Roman's sort of walked into the center that is kind of turning it over in his hands. He walks next to Hayden, and he just kind of shows him the statue and says, "I think I found ourselves the apex predator of all of these."
Apex predator. Do you think food chain? It's.
I was sort of thinking that as well. Yeah, that would have been my thing.
So it's like flowers and trees and stuff on the top, and then animals, and then bigger animals, and then people.
I suppose if there was some sort of dragon statuette, that might take pride of place right at the top, but
humans can hunt dragons, and
they can.
I feel in a one-in-one situation, one certainly is the predator and the other is the prey, by and large.
Okay,
Are these slots in like a ring, or like how are they ordered?
Yeah, so the bottom ones are obviously in a ring around it, and then as they get smaller, it's more like two opposing, and then one at the very top of the dais.
Okay,
Wait, so there's more statues than slots, though?
You have more slots than statues at the moment.
we have
You have 11 slots, and you have a human, a rabbit, a flower, a tree, and a deer.
But didn't we find loads in the side rooms?
They're like stone statues.
No, those. So to clarify, these are like small little figurines. Those are big statues, like life-size statues.
Right, okay.
I found this one, and he gestures to the one he's holding, in a pile of rotted garbage in one of the collapsed rooms. Maybe we find others and begin placing them and seeing what it unlocks.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt to look.
So you're saying the statues are important?
That would be my guess.
And on that note, as perhaps you guys may need some time to think about it, we should take a quick 10-minute break.
Oh god, that came up fast.
As we are halfway
It
through.
did come fast.
I guess we
Cool.
did
Alright.
today. Okay, cool. So I'll see you guys at 40 minutes
22,
past
yes.
8. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. for now.
Bye.
Defeated them. With pub. And how do you serve
Welcome
the
back.
wilds? I serve it at McDonald's. Hello.
Serve at McDonald's.
Crispy chicken tenders.
Oh wait, where's my
Nuggies.
Nuggies?
where's my phone? Hello. Sorry, I need to put the phone back on to
Yeah.
fix the overlay.
Quick, Sai, your DM. What do you decree?
I decree that everyone has free chicken nuggies.
Too late.
And
Chicken nuggets for no one.
I support this.
I would love a nuggie.
Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. The party, upon finding out that some weird, creepy Hydra-esque creature may or may not be stealing their compatriots and the memories of them, have delved deep, beneath the Arbor Exemplar to the tomb or the temple, at least initially now. It's been slammed behind them, leaving behind Kronst and Aeonir and Charmaine. And they find themselves in the dark, in the damp, surrounded by, on one path, verdant green flowers and rot, and on the other hand, rot. 2 rooms, one with time for a true display written above, the other one saying the call of the wild with statue of animals in them, as well as small statues, little bases on the bottom that seem to fit into a dais on top. And the party are attempting to figure out how they proceed with no seeming way to move directly onwards.
Jamie,
Yes.
did what's her name come with us?
No.
Oh, because I think she was a druid, so like it could have been really handy if we had someone who could transform into all these animals for us. Maybe that's the answer, and we fucked it. We fucked it, guys. We fucked it with our misogyny.
It's a shame that we don't have a guy that can like shape stone to make us all these statues.
No.
Big shame, big shame.
Big shame.
Mm.
So what, are we looking around for little statues? Is that what you're suggesting, Roman?
I mean, if literally, if the statue fits.
Ah, true. All right, well, I can barely see, but I'm willing to support anyone that can.
Well, if you did want to look over, and he sort of like points his finger, here you go, you can keep hold of this sort of little torch for you.
Thank
And
you.
he hands him one of like the globs.
Holds a globe slightly quizzically. So we're
It's-
feeling this.
It's probably not like purely white, it probably is like slightly purple, maybe. Yeah.
Why do you not have these embedded in devices? I don't really understand why you have it free floating.
I was just taught it this way.
Gosh, things really have. Well, never mind. Let's look for statues.
Stuff.
Do your best. He's gonna toss a bardic over to who's found statues so far. I guess Roman. Roman has. So he'll pat Roman on the shoulder with a "You got this anyway." And
Thank you.
take one.
What am I taking? What's he giving him?
It's an extra D10 on your next ability check.
What?
My God, Bardic.
Lug
Yeah.
walks in and he goes, guys, and he's found a chunk of rock that looks like, I mean, if you squint really hard, it looks kind of like a lion. But in reality, it doesn't look anything like a lion. He goes, I found the lion one.
Brilliant. Have you tried fitting the base in? Does it slot in?
Base?
You
He says,
see
it's just
here.
like,
Yeah, he'll Roman at the same time as doing this, he kind of like grabs one of the globs. He says, "Take this. It might help you find things a bit more clearly." Gives him a little light to have. But he gestures and kind of puts his finger in where like the grooves are. We're looking for things that'll fit in these spaces here. You see? I'm not sure your lion is a match for that.
No, must be for a different puzzle.
You could keep a hold of it if you wanted.
What's
Just
in
case.
this? What's in this corner up here, DM?
Sorry, coming back to the sheet. Again, this is a room that's been almost entirely composed of the rot. Previously, this would have, you're not sure, but this wall has collapsed. The vines and the floor have kind of become one in a long stretch of plant life now, but it is intensely disgusting.
Do we see any statues? He'd probably look before rooting around.
Perception check.
Jamie, why is Ghost here?
So, Aku, upon
Oh,
looking
for
up,
fuck's sake.
finally from the floor, just outstretched, laying down, you see him kind of throw a stone up and catch it, laying in front of you, almost as if you're worshipping him, lies Ghost.
Aku's gonna punch him. Is he really there?
As you punch, straight through.
What do you want?
I just thought I'd watch. It's fascinating. You want a hint?
Oh, can
can we
we
see
see
them?
him from where we're stood?
If you can
It's not
see
that far
him,
away.
yeah. If you can see, if it goes down, if you can see him with your light in on the map, you can see him.
Oh, look who's back again.
Too cowardly to show his actual face here. I see.
Come on, brother, you're smart, aren't you? Work it out.
Yes, smart enough not to let this go on any longer. Can I find the tether, please?
Yeah. Yeah, as you kind of say this time, as you kind of use it to like grab it and slice it, kind of see Ghost disintegrate ever so slightly and just. Oh, always such a killjoy.
Before he disappears, Aku is just gonna and then spit on the ground where Ghost is.
Nice.
We should have caution. If he is here, and you said that you saw him in a vision of yours, there is something that he wants here that he has not been able to get, or not been able to reach at least. And whatever we unearth here, or whatever we open up and find, let's just say we should keep that in mind.
Twas a 25 perception check off in the corner.
Looking in, you don't see anything that kind of jumps out to you as more than rotting wood or fragments of stone and rubble. And with that, with your discerning eyes, you probably wouldn't want to get your hand dirty.
Gross. I guess he'll kind of move back into the room with a, well, nothing in there. Gosh, y'all look so serious. What's happened?
You could say we've just seen a ghost.
Oh, that's a pun because your enemy's called Ghost. I get it.
I really
Very
like
good.
that. That was funny.
Huh.
Don't worry, he's gone now.
Oh, I'm not
For
worried.
now. You would be if you knew him like we did.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna start searching the rubble and the decay for more figures. Whereas to put that could fit onto the dais.
Yeah, is there anything where I am? Any?
If you both want to make investigation checks, and I'll just say that will cover the
Me
rotted
too.
areas. Aku as well.
I've stumbled into a corner up here, guys.
It's a 21.
16.
21, 16,
Natural
see-
20!
natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay, so with the 21 and the 16, kind of delving around, you get up to your elbows in this, you kind of grimace and bear it, and you're looking around and shuffling, and no other small little statues come out. With a natural 20, you find two things. You find the base of the statue that's seemingly been snapped off. It's missing. So as you kind of pull it out, you're like, yes, I found one, and just shit. Like, clearly something was once held here that is no longer. You also kind of uncover what, as you're kind of digging around, pushing this away. There is a scar in the center of this. Actually, right next to where Aku is right now, there is a kind of underneath the raw, underneath all of this, there is a green pulsing scar in the floor of the bark. And you can kind of like see the rot emanating from it and outwards. Seemingly this is the source of whatever is occurring at this area, at least, the one right next to Aku.
Can I, like, have a look at it? See?
Yeah, so again, with a natural 20. For you, with your experience, this is too clean to be kind of a natural wound. It's almost like somebody cut it with a sword. The edges are too straight, the cut too smooth and clean. And whilst like moving out a bit, there are cracks as the energy kind of pulses outwards. It's also not too deep. you can kind of see the bottom, and it's slightly pointed as well, perhaps indicating again that the sword had done this. But it's clearly somebody or something swiped here with a sword and has left this scar.
Us.
And Aku, could you make a general wisdom check for me?
I might.
Wisdom. Am I good at that? I'm alright at that. 8.
Nope. No help from the DM.
But I'm wise. Okay. Does anything happen if Aku touches it? Like you said, it's kind of green, right?
As you kind of try to reach down and touch it, something about it physically revolts you, like on a spiritual level almost. And actually, you recall the only time you've seen a wound of rot that looked quite so disgusting and viscerously vile to you was on Lanharath.
Oh my god.
On Lanthrath.
Yeah, Lanharath had a big boo-boo on his
Big
tummy.
boo.
He was-
Is that Aku's exact words? Big boo boo on his tummy.
Aku's not talking!
I thought you said a big uwu.
He had a big boo boo on his tummy.
A big half uwu onto his tree bark.
Aku didn't seem like the type to say something like that.
So what's going on in this room up here then?
You're not supposed to be able to leave. Sorry.
Oh.
Get out of there!
Can
Get
I
out
have
of there!
Can I have my glob back? It's in the darkness and I can't find it anymore.
Oh, it's over here. Hello.
Thank you.
Right. Did I not do that dynamic lighting? Wait, are you able to walk through the dynamic lighting? Okay, that's my bad.
Yeah, I can. It's just a door.
Do not. Sorry.
Um.
Do not mess with the dynamic lighting.
DM, what are
No,
the
Roman.
chances...
We're breaking free.
Jamie,
I'm breaking free.
Sorry.
Jamie, what are the chances that I can just straight roll a lucky dice to see if I accidentally come across something important?
Yep, go for it.
That's pretty funny.
We'll use one of your lucky points. Roll
This is
for
a
it.
straight D20, nothing else.
This is a 20. I will be so mad.
No, I did guess a 3. Okay, we're not feeling lucky today. That's okay. Click off one of those. It's
No, no.
absolutely not worth.
Excuse
Jamie, what
me?
the fuck is that?
What
Nothing.
was that?
Nothing. That was nothing you saw.
Oh, like, spoiler alert.
Yeah, guys, can we not
my
spoil?
God.
So what parts of this place can we see? Because the dynamic lighting's kind of confusing, right?
We can see everything.
So can
you
I
can,
go
well,
through
you can
this
see
door?
basically, if you walk around it, you can see everything, Zog. But if you move out here to the clearly not part of the map,
Yeah,
It's
I'm not moving there.
clear.
So I can go here.
Look, take this
Yeah.
glob. The glob next to
Yeah,
you.
I can see the glob.
You can move that, by the way, I think.
Yeah, I have
Zog's got
dark
6
vision
feet,
though.
so-
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
vision,
fair
so I can see everything.
No,
So I
Where's
can
it
go in
supposed
these
to?
rooms.
yes,
I
I
wanna
have
go
2
on
questions.
yes.
So the first question is, how far away does Aku feel that Ghost is at this current moment?
He's about. How far would it be?
That's fine. I've never like
About
moved
a
around
mile downwards.
15 minutes fast walking, hello? Okay.
Ah.
Right.
like this. Oops.
And the second question
Go that way. What's
is,
this?
So that's a
how-
sorry. That's a fox. That's a bull. That's an eagle. That's a cat. A wolf.
I see. Can
I'm
we
sorry,
leave one of the
Aku.
lightings here?
I mean, can't move them.
Nope, you can't move them. Sorry, Aku. What's up?
How does Aku's connection with Lanharath feel here? Has it
So ever
changed?
since mastering your kind of connection with not only Sylvanas but Lanharath, you have felt that Lanharath has been at your beck and call, whereas previously he intruded upon your will. You aren't sure whether, other than summoning him, you'd ever have to talk to Lanharath again. And that seems to persuade here. However, if you were to summon Lanharath, you don't know if this place would make him weaker or stronger.
Okay, so
Well, go on, Zug.
no. So you carry on. I was just gonna theorycraft.
So I suppose if everyone is kind of stumped, like,
I mean, we just need to. What? There are 3 statues in each room, right?
No. So there are 4 statues in one room and 6 in the other. In one of
Okay.
the rooms, it says the Call of the Wild above, and it has an owl, a bear, a wolf, and a deer.
There are
And-
scratch marks on the ground like claws, yeah?
Yes. And then on the other side,
Says
there
what?
are a bear, an owl, a fox, a bull, a cat, and an eagle with time for a true display written above.
I got something.
I mean, shall we move all of the eagles to one side? Because it says "Call of the Wild" from above, and a bear does not belong here. Oh wait, okay. Can I remove things? Oh wait, hold on. I just can't. Like, I'm
Isn't the
supposed to be in
above just-
character.
Isn't the above just where it is? It doesn't actually say from above.
It's just Call of the Wild, and then the other one's time for a true display
Oh,
of
I
skill.
see.
I got something. Zug.
Sorry, I heard above. Yeah.
Zug. Get in here, and Hayden
Sorry.
beckons you to the other room.
I kind of runs along. You hear like a big kind of like almost jingling from his rucksack, because it seems to be just full of stuff.
Actually, everyone get in here. I think I figured something out. Each of these animals, right? They're known in folklore for being associated with a certain type of skill. So, like a bear's strength, like an eagle's like perception, like an owl's wisdom.
A fox is cunning.
Fox is cunning, exactly. So
He looks very
maybe
smug upon that realization.
so maybe we need to show a display of skill to match each of these statues. So Zug, maybe if you can lift the bear statue up because you're like, strong and stuff. Maybe.
Is there a bear statue here?
Yeah, there is. This one.
Okay.
Here.
Zug walks forwards and attempts to lift it.
Could you make a strength check for me?
Yeah, of course I can. Strength check.
Yeah.
That is a 24.
24. Like muscles stretching, sinew kind of throbbing. You kind of lift up the bear slowly, and as the bear gets lifted up, kind of Zug holds it kind of slightly aloft. The bear's eyes flash amber and stay glowing.
Oh.
Pog.
Oh, very smart, Hayden. Wow. I'd never thought of that.
Thanks.
Zug like straining. How heavy is this thing? Very heavy, I imagine.
Pretty heavy. Like, sometimes you kind of.
He's like,
Maybe put it down. Put it down. It's fine. It's glowing. It's glowing, and it's fine. It's fine.
okay,
How could
he
you
puts
know?
it down. What happens?
The eyes stay amber.
Oh.
Hayden, just a question. Don't you have a little sidekick that can change its form?
I do, and at that mention, Cheez-It kind of pops his little head out of the collar of Hayden's hoodie, and he goes, and he's currently.
Is that the only bear statue?
Yeah, there's only one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a bear in the other room.
So then, how do we impress the rest of them?
Mm.
Cunning. Who's cunning?
I guess being quick.
Well, cunning and dexterity are 2 very different types of quickness.
That's true. What else? How the bear one seemed pretty straightforward to just lift it up. What would a bull do? I guess bulls kind of have a lot of stamina.
Zug attempts
Alright.
to punch the bull.
But it's too late.
It's
Okay.
too late. He's already tried it.
Make a constitution check for me.
Constitution check. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 22.
22. There is like, you punch the bull and there is a force pushing back on you, and it's almost like the bull, those of you watching now, as it pushes forward, kind of trying to push Zug's fist back. Like Zug's fist bends, and you kind of have to tense, and like it seems as though it's not necessarily strength, it's almost a battle of endurance and will. And eventually, the bull ever so slightly moves backwards, and the eyes flash amber.
Oh.
Zug looks incredibly smug.
You just punched
Yo,
it.
Zug, that's 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Do you want to do the rest of them, big guy?
I mean, I don't know if the other ones want to be punched.
Hold on. So
Touch it tenderly, you know.
Did you?
Pat the fox.
Rowan goes
Good
up to
idea. Zug goes over and pats the fox.
the-
Fox does not respond to your patting.
He continues to pat it anyway.
Keep at it, man. Keep at it.
what were you gonna say, Lauren?
Roman goes up to the owl and puts his hand on it, and has a closer look at it.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Is there any mats on the side?
Mats.
like algebra?
No, there is no maths on the side of
What
this
about
owl.
trigonometry, DM?
Right, get out your textbooks, everybody.
I'm so ready.
How about we look around the owl, see if there's any thing on it, because owls are known for being wise and perceptive, so maybe there's something about the statue that we need to look at in a certain way.
Right, they look at things, yeah.
So Zug ponders to himself for a second, and then starts kind of like just shadow boxing in front of the fox, but like
Yep.
trying to be as agile as possible looking, just like just shadow boxing, as if like he's trying to be agile effectively.
Yeah, Fox doesn't seem to give a shit about that.
He just carries on doing it.
Maybe you should pat the cat instead.
Maybe you could shadow box the cat. Yes.
Yeah, shadowbox the cat, perhaps.
You go
They're
over and
quite
you
good.
shadow box
seemingly,
the cat.
he seemingly no, he doesn't shadow box the cat. He seemingly just ignores what everyone's saying and just like really focused on the fox. Like properly looks like he's trying to like duel it, but like kind of ducking away from it as if the fox is for some reason gonna throw a punch at him, and he keeps like kind of like going for a dodge and like quite agile for
As
someone his
as
weight.
Zug is doing that, Aku is like trying to stifle his laughter, and he's gonna creep up behind Zug while he's like shadow boxing the fox, and then just like yell at him and push him over.
So do I need to roll anything for this? Or?
Yeah, roll just roll a d20.
It's a straight D20. Okay, yeah, go alright. That's a nat one.
Okay,
Oh, it's a
you
seven. It's
get
7.
the
Sorry,
right-
it's a 7. It's a 7. It's a 7.
Okay,
Just
that's
looks
like
a one.
I said, like Aku masterfully picks a moment where you're kind of already kneeling down and you just go sprawling on the floor.
Aku looks at the fox not responding and goes, "Well, I gave it a shot."
Oh. Almost as if like trusting the plan. He goes, "Oh, shame it didn't work."
A really good shot, though. Really
He
creative.
just picks himself up and starts dusting himself off. Just carries on staring at the fox.
How else do we
Those
impress
of you looking at
statues?
the owl, could you make a perception check for me?
Yeah. While making a perception check,
Natural 20.
Roman's just gonna casually say to Barnes, that fox over there, why don't you try and give it one of your motivational speeches?
Fox. Why not pat it? I mean, I can pat the fox, talk to the fox.
Okay.
Maybe I should
As you got
sit
a
on
natural
it.
20, all of you kind of looking at it, kind of examining the owl, kind of looking at it, you'll notice that Barnes, you notice it first. Kind of like put your finger under its thing. There's actually a lever kind of underneath its mouth, and as you pull it down slightly, its eyes shift. And as Barnes kind of goes to press both of them as well, the eyes go light up immediately. The owl has presumably been solved as well. And as 3 of the 6 have been solved, a little like disc in the middle like rises, and there is a beetle statue with a little dais on it as well.
Oh, look at that. A beetle.
Oh.
Do beetles hunt humans? I don't think so. That's pretty low
Wait.
down, huh?
There are buttons on them.
There are some large
Can I
beetles in the broad fields.
investigate the fox for buttons or things that can be pressed?
Yeah, make a perception check if you want.
Perception or investigation?
Perception. Or investigation if you want.
No, I rolled a nat 20 on perception, so I'll take it.
You don't find anything on the fox that looks like it's movable. The ears, the nose, the mouth, nothing seems to move. The tail's all fine. You kind of move it a little bit. Doesn't seem to.
Oh, this fox! I don't understand it.
Can I go up to the fox and... This is gonna look weird, but can I try petting it very quickly?
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check.
22.
Okay. You kind of get the sense as you walk up ever so slightly that the fox is the most unnerving of these statues in the sense that its eyes somehow seem to follow you. So as you kind of look over and quite sure kind of tap it, quick as a flash, somehow you see that the eyes perhaps didn't see that, but they do ignite in amber.
While everyone's looking at the fox and no one is looking at Roman, who's like stood by the cat, he's kind of like taking everything in and kind of like making kind of mental connections. When everyone is looking away, no one's looking at him, he's like... He quickly, by the cat, he kind of puts his hands on the plinth and tries to do like an acrobatic upside down handstand and like do like a you know, like a push-up, but like with his feet in the
Make
air.
an acrobatics check.
Get it, pig.
Oh man, I got such high acrobatics. I wish it was me.
Grandpa.
Okay. Oh my god, don't pray this doesn't go wrong. 27.
27. Masterfully done. Your bones creaking, words original falling out your pockets. However, you, no problem, kind of do a twirl of one hand as you kind of like quite happy with yourself, look back over, make sure no one's seen it. And the cat's eyes kind of in prowling position, ignite in amber. 5 out of 6.
That's what
Because
peak-
it's-
peak
because
just
it's
the
the
eagle.
looks like.
I was going to say, because it's the last one, Barnes will probably saunter up to it and be like, well, come on then, everyone else is lit up. What about you? You're going to turn your eyes on, please, if you wouldn't mind.
No effect.
Come on.
Eagles are known for...
Being assholes. They're sort of show-offs, aren't they?
They're also really... They can see really far.
We
Eagle.
can do that.
So, what if... And Hayden just reaches his hand out and places his hand over the eagle's eyes to cover them up. To stop the eagle from being able to see. Does anything happen?
Nope.
He withdraws his hands. I don't know. How do you show a statue that you can see really well? How dark is this room, Jamie?
Pitch black.
Why don't we try lighting this room up?
You've got, I say pitch black, you've got the globules of light in here, I assume. Globules.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
can
mean,
bring them all
Are there
in.
any sconces on the walls?
To be honest, Hayden, I sort of think the vision thing is covered by the owl. No, that's sort of a looking at things, perceiving, hunting in the dark.
Eagles very fast. Isn't that a thing?
They're pretty fast. Pretty splendid. They're pretty big.
They're also good predators.
They're great
Yeah, I can also
predators.
say-
Are any of your predators in here?
And in some ways, almost.
No one's a predator here, guys.
I'm sorry.
If anybody would just like to out themselves now, we can get this over with and get a new character sheet written up.
A
Right
ghost
away.
reappears. Don't you
Hey,
never ask.
hey,
Cancel me.
Rasha consented, okay? It's fine.
Ooh.
Rasha proposed it. He did propose in the first instance.
Exactly.
Perceptive.
Can I going to impress it?
Can I look on the eagle statue and see if there's like maybe a hidden switch or button like how there was on
Yep, make an investigation check.
24.
Looking around. No, although with an investigation you'll notice that this eagle is the most well carved out of all of them and larger than its kind of real life model and impressive. More impressive than the others who kind of didn't pose. This is depicted almost, mid-flight, captured in the prime of whatever this animal's activity would be.
That is pretty splendid. Look at him, going for it. I mean, what? Does it want us to bow to it or something? Or tried talking to it, but it didn't seem too bothered.
Eagles.
Can I make a intelligence check because my character's smarter than me?
You can't keep doing this.
I've literally done it once. I've done it
Yeah,
once.
go for it. Yeah.
I've done it once. Oh my god.
I think this is a totally legit thing that should be allowed all the time, so.
It's fine to do. Like, ultimately, high wisdom, high int characters are going to struggle if the DM doesn't help them.
It's a natural 20 for a 26.
What, for intellect? Okay.
Oh.
Straight
So-
intelligence.
Just turn it on, DM. Just
Yeah, just so you think to yourself, and you're like, wait, Hayden was right. Each of these are associated with a skill, but it's a specific magic skill. Enhance ability, bull's strength, bear's endurance, cat's grace, fox's cunning, owl's wisdom, and eagle's splendor. The target has advantage on charisma checks.
like I said, it's really splendid, guys.
We need to impress this the eagle in some way, or perform some feat or performance or inspiration.
You could talk it down with one of your motivational speeches, Barnes, perhaps.
I just told it to turn its bloody eyes on and it didn't do it. But sure, if it needs something better than that, then
Maybe a little-
sure.
Maybe a little kinder. Maybe it's looking for some kindness.
Hayden swings around to Barnes. Maybe you do a little dance, sing a little song.
I'm not dancing to an eagle statue. Absolutely not. I have my pride, but
Nothing was stopping you when you were riding the way here, singing and chatting. Why not now?
I've already chatted to it. It didn't like me very much, but we can give it another go.
Play a
Mr.
Play a little
Eagle,
tune on your little flute.
I will now
Doesn't
play
have to be.
a song from Aor, which I remember only loosely. And he's gonna whip out the fiddle and do out a slightly mellifluous little tone.
You can make a performance
maybe a
check,
little
and Roman
spooky.
is fully aware of what Aor is.
Performance?
Yep.
Lauren as a player is not.
11
wait,
plus...
you're not caught up on CR2?
Bruh, no.
Okay.
It's 11
Okay.
plus 13 for 24.
Aor was an ancient city pre-calamity that that crashed into the frozen north, never to be heard from again.
A magical crapping city.
The magical crafting city. So what? Aor, A-I-O-R?
Would we all know about Aor, or would it only be?
No, it's quite like an obscure magic
Roman.
research thing. Just Roman, I'd say, based on all of your kind of general knowledge. What was your performance check, Barnes? Sorry?
24.
24.
I'll link you to it.
Half-hearted as your roleplay is, or no, not roleplay, but half-hearted or indignant as Barnes's willingness to perform a statue is. Your performance is nonetheless splendid.
Haunting. It's haunting. It's a little
Haunting.
eerie. It speaks of a bygone age and sparks something in your heads that you didn't know existed.
And the eagle's eyes flash, and the final circle and plinth rises, and revealing a shrub statue.
And we've got a shrub. Great.
We
All
must
right.
have to grow this.
He leans in and he says, on our way back, you should tell me a little more about Ale.
I can't remember very much. I just know I have that song from it. Flies.
Well, I'd be interested in what you could manage to remember.
I
We
dated a
have some
girl
quite-
from Aor.
Huh?
There was a young lady from AO.
Yes?
She was a bit self-righteous, to be honest, I think. Or maybe that was from Zemniaz. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. And he kind of walks off looking quizzically into the past. Muttering names under his breath like he can't quite remember what their names were.
Hayden starts walking across to the other puzzle room. I'm gonna call it a puzzle room, even
Drag
though you have
everyone
not
over with
described it
you.
that way.
Could these be the puzzles? Who would know? Just gonna grab a drink, but I'll still be listening and can talk as you guys go to the other room with the Call of the Wild.
So,
sorry, what appeared? A shrub, like a shrub, an actual shrub?
No, as like a figurine of a shrub.
and we got a beetle as well, right?
Yep.
By the way, didn't one if you say you had a broken base? If we find the rest of it, I can probably mend it up. Fix it and all that.
Yeah. Well, we'll need to find the top half of it, I suppose. I don't think the... And Hayden kind of looks at Zug. The rock you found, that was missing a base, but... Was that really...
Roman's just kind of behind Zug, looking at Hayden, just going...
Never mind.
So this one, then.
Can you do any animal impressions, Barnes? You
Can
could
I do any
impersonations.
animal impressions?
Mm.
No, I
Go.
can't.
Like a wolf howl? Could you give it a try, maybe?
What? Howl hauntingly at the moon.
Call of the Wild.
Could be literal.
Oh, right.
Bear,
Call
an
of the wild,
owl,
quite
a
literally.
deer, a wolf.
Worth a try?
I mean, sure, I can certainly pretend to be a wolf for your enjoyment.
I wouldn't go that far to say.
I
That.
would. And he will do a wolf awoo at
Yeah?
it. Oh!
I'm gonna need an actual impression there.
Dude,
I provided it for
Aaron's-
Clued.
Aaron's just done it
No,
for
no, no,
me,
no,
so
no,
we're
no, no,
covered.
no. You can't
No.
roleplay Clute's character for her, Aaron. Come on.
Right, it's been taken out of my hands. What can I say? It's done for me.
It's called teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a team
Hayden
player.
leans down and does a wolf howl, which is fair enough. Barnes and Hayden can do it together, and the wolf's eyes light up.
Wow, it actually was quite literal.
Now looking closely as well, having leaned in, you can see there is a tiny hole under each of the animal's ears.
What does a deer sound like?
Yeah, I was just about to say, this is maybe fine for the other ones, but for deer, I don't think they make noise. At all.
Don't have many deer in Persona. I'm afraid I could not tell you either.
They sound kind of like horses. I don't know.
And what does a horse sound like?
Nay.
As a reminder, you have owl, deer, wolf, and bear.
Hayden's gonna cup his hands around his mouth and make a owl call sound.
As the owl's eyes blow up, one of the daises rises, revealing a kind of jumping salmon on a dais, so a fish.
Tangential, but what
You're-
does a salmon sound like?
Blub blub.
Yeah, good enough.
Okay.
Aku, you are a man of the woods and nature. Do you know what a deer sounds like?
It's It's like a. Have you ever had a moose before? It's quite similar to that. It's like a. I don't really know how to describe what.
Well, I'm not quite sure I know what a moose is actually.
It's similar to other, and he casts summon steed and summons his antelope, and asks the antelope to make a kind of, oh, what's the word? It's like a kind of, I don't know. They make these like honky, growly, moosey. Yeah.
That's kind of the best. They kind of sound a bit like villagers in Minecraft. Right. Okay. I will say that is all good enough to have the deer's eyes light up, leaving the bear.
Hayden turns to Zug and nudges him in the belly with his elbow. Hey, why don't you do this one?
Oh, what? What am I? Which one?
Make a bear noise.
He kind of rubs his head and then just like, I've never seen a bear. I don't know what it sounds like.
Oh, come on, you know what bear noises make. Just like a
I
growling
don't.
roar, like raw. You can do it.
He kind of like shrugs and goes, raw.
Make a performance check.
It's like there's a definite feeling of like self-doubt in this particular growl.
Yep.
Wait, performance?
Raw?
Yeah, like it goes up at the end.
It's kind of like being in Chelsea. Raw.
Yeah.
Raw.
Raw. At the posh village on the other side of the
Raw, where's the backy?
We're on the poor
Oh my
people
God.
wagon.
Raw, where's the backy? Said the bear.
Get at the champers.
Oh, clip that.
Oh my god.
It's a posh bear.
What was your performance check?
It was a 4. It was
It's an
not good.
awful bear impression. Terrible bear impression. Frankly, you might as well have said raw, where's the back? This statue resolutely remains unimpressed. In fact, up until now, each time one of their ambers have fled, you kind of looked away and you've looked down and they've bowed ever so slightly. This bear has stood further up.
Oh no.
Looks disappointed.
Looks a little upset actually.
The bear has decided your journey ends here.
Anybody summon any bears?
Well, come on. Someone else must be better at doing a bear impression. Have none of you guys seen a bear before?
No, I haven't. We don't have bears in floating magical cities. We don't really do animals.
You're from a floating magical city.
Of course. Aren't you?
No?
No.
Oh. Right. Well, anyway, we don't do animals.
Aku?
I can turn you into a bear.
But perhaps you could turn Ascor into a bear then. Since he's been
Awfully
not to be
quiet.
rude, but quite useless thus far tonight.
Ascor, do you know what a bear sounds like? Can you do a good bear?
I do not. I mean, it's like camping. It's like holidays for the poor.
Aku makes a bear noise. Rah. Can I roll performance? please?
Right.
Don't
As
let it go like that.
unimpressed as the bear is with each of you,
No.
for having got the answer right and for having reached this point in the story, the bear mournfully and regretfully bows slightly, and the amber eyes flash as the final dais rises in this room to reveal a wolf.
A little
Figurine.
wolf figurine. Okay.
You should have a wolf, a fish, a human, a shrub, a beetle, a rabbit, a flower, a tree, and an unknown item based on the fact you found a base without anything.
Run those through again.
So you have. Oh, let's make sure we've got them. So you've got, and let me know if you've got them. You've got a deer that you found initially, and then you found a rabbit, a flower, and a tree by the dais. Then you found a human, kind of in the rot, and then you found a shrub and a beetle in one of the rooms, and a wolf and a fish in the other.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And the one you don't know.
And where are they?
I presume you guys have been collecting them, so
Okay.
let me just double check my numbers and make sure I've not misgiving you guys one. Because
Yeah,
in theory, other than one unknown, you should have. In theory, you should have all of them. So you should. Oh, so yeah. So
I've got 10.
yeah. So including the unknown one.
Yeah.
Okay. Apologies. I have somehow missed one. You would also have found one of. So wait. Sorry. Run me through the ones you've got. Include.
Wolf, deer, shrub, fish, human, rabbit, flower, beetle, tree, unknown.
Okay. You should also have one of kelp. My apologies.
Kelp.
Yeah.
Who would make a statue of kelp? That's such a shit statue.
What does kelp sound like?
Blub blub.
What does a shrub sound like?
Yeah. So one unknown.
Good question.
Rustle of leaf in the wind.
Oh, this is a very difficult question.
What does the fox say? That's a famous song. I remember. Do you still know that one?
No, I think that's before our time.
Hayden's gonna head back into the room with
I-
the dais.
That
You must
just
have had very
lost my
different-
head and not come to think.
You must
Suddenly
have
I
had
remember
very...
university days that.
Something like hatty hatty ho. Is that what a fox sounds like? Did I get that right?
Wow, it sounds like you had such impressive and distinguished music back when you were alive.
It certainly stood out. Maybe for the wrong reasons.
So, Jamie, you said that the way that the dais was set up was there was 1 slot, then 2 slots, then 3 slots, then 4 slots, then 5 slots?
No. The way the dais is set up, I think there's 5, 3, 2, 1.
5, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yep.
2 and 1.
So that means
The
yeah, there's
ones at the
11
top.
One's at the
slots.
top. Yep.
So, let's put the human one into the top one where there's only 1 slot.
Or we don't want to put the shrub at the top. They're pretty ferocious.
And this is
We can
a
try that if
temple-
this one doesn't work.
This is a temple of nature, so we should flatter the gods. He says
No,
with
that's-
complete seriousness in his face.
No, I was joking.
it-
We put the
and then
human
he
at the
gives-
top.
He gives a nod, like almost a knowing nod over to Barnes, as if like, smart idea.
Right you are, Zog. So then, what gets eaten at the bottom? That's the 5. That's shrubs. They're pretty bad.
Well, hold on a second. We've got this one figurine that we don't have the top half for, so we'll need to find that.
Well, maybe we just put the basin in. That's good enough. It could be missing.
It could also be a trap if we get it wrong.
Well, I mean, it's not wrong, just not fully right.
That's true.
We can always, and he kind of makes a gesture, and a sort of like a kind of runic sort of clock appears like around his hand. We can twist the odds in our favor a little if things just seem to be going dreadfully wrong.
Okay, so shrubs, flowers, trees, and kelp. They're at the bottom of the food chain. They don't eat anything living besides water and air. That's not living, so that's fine. Beetles are pretty low, but are they at the same level as them, or would they be on the level above with, like, rabbit and salmon?
Beetles are pretty bad.
They eat
everything
Things.
last,
They do eat-
really.
They do eat things, I guess. Yeah, they eat leaf matter and things, right?
So maybe beetles should be on the same level as rabbit and salmon, and then wolf and deer. But wolves eat deer, so maybe deer should be on the 2nd level or the 3rd level. Oh, I don't
Wolves
know.
eat plants. Not wolves. Deer. They eat plants.
Yeah, that's true.
What eats salmons? Like,
Bears! He says all this
Bears.
stuff like he's really
Bears
excited
eat-
about their sudden
bears
realization.
eat salmons, right?
And
But
honey.
we don't have a beer.
Maybe that's
Oh.
the missing one then.
Bear
We
figure.
have the salmon.
That's.
I mean, nothing else eats salmon apart from bears.
I've got to say,
And
this must
humans.
be. This is a really finely carved salmon for us to all recognise that it is in fact a salmon. I never thought I would recognise a fish just by a statue, but here we are.
All right. So the wolf. So the human in the number 1 slot. Wolf below that. Although I don't know any human that's ever eaten a wolf before, but maybe a wolf should be above a human.
But humans are the progenitors of the arcane. We created cities that fly. We've gone toe to toe with the gods.
Yeah, but everyone I know who's gone toe to toe with a wolf has fucking died. So,
I bet you I could beat a wolf.
I'm pretty sure everyone here could shit on
That's
a
a
wolf if we
Fenrir.
had to.
Okay, you guys are right. Okay, human in the number 1 slot. When we put the human figurine in the number 1 slot, does anything happen, Jamie?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
What?
But humans are quite weak. Where's the orc statue?
Perhaps it is representative of the general
People.
intelligent people populace. Humans being the sort of default. Annoyingly.
Sure.
So then,
Been around for all that long.
number-
Does Asgore have some sort of smarmy comment about that? Being the only human in the party?
Absolutely, that's a squabby
Ask-
comment.
I mean,
Alright,
Bonds is
sorry.
also
Let me
technically
setting
human.
stuff up, but
There's a bear shit in the woods.
Ask was like, well, humans obviously number 1, and then just work it out from there. It's not that difficult.
Right. I
In
sort
fact,
of
it looks a
feel
little bit
that-
like me. Definitely top.
Humans have a sort of, intelligence that other races just don't have.
I sort of feel like the deer is on the same tier as rabbit and salmon, right? So then really it's just wolf in the second one, and then the missing base, perhaps, assuming that's a
Yeah.
bear or something.
Okay. Let's give this a try. And Hayden will place on the row where there's 5, he'll place the shrub, flower, tree, kelp, and beetle figurines. Then
Okay.
on the row where there's 3, he'll place the rabbit, salmon, and deer.
Yep.
On the row where there's 2, he'll place the wolf and the unknown figurine base. And then on the row where there's 1, he'll place the human.
Okay, placing them all down. Final one. Nothing. Silence.
They must be the wrong way around, guys.
I told you we were missing an orc statue.
It's either that or we need the rest of the missing one.
Would a mending spell bring back, repair the other half, or do you
Your
feel-
mind is cast
No.
back to the object that none of you could identify at the start.
When was that?
When you walked in, there was something Roman found on the ground, or Hayden found on the ground, that none of you could kind of work out what it was.
Was it what Zug found on the ground? So it kind of
Yes,
looks like
sorry,
a...
Zug. Yes, sorry.
Because we asked about that earlier, but I think you were in the loo. I don't know.
Oh.
Zug, do you still have that rock you found?
Yes. And he produces the rock. Now, I don't know. Metagaming a bit. I don't know if you guys heard what I said, but I explicitly said Zug just picked up a rock that looked kind of like an animal.
No. It's not Zug.
that's not the
sorry.
one.
There's, No,
Yeah.
I think it is Hayden found something that, or Roman, that you guys couldn't. You used a nature check, but you couldn't identify what it was.
Oh,
It's a nature
yeah.
check.
It definitely
wow.
wasn't me. It definitely wasn't Zug.
Yeah, we did a nature check, but we couldn't figure it out. Okay, yeah, it was Hayden who picked that up. Okay, Hayden rummages that out of his pocket and he kind of looks at it again and he takes the broken off base. Does it line up anywhere as if it could fit together?
Yes.
Did one of you guys say that you can mend this?
I could do it, yeah.
Hayden holds it out to Barnes. Give it a go.
Can y'all really not just do this? What do they teach you in school?
I didn't
didn't
go to school.
But didn't your parents teach it? Who doesn't know magic? And as he's saying this, confused, he casts mending upon it.
Okay,
I
kind of
know
restoring it,
magic.
you see it fall off and it looks like a... You're kind of a bit surprised as it puts back together. It looks like some kind of root vegetable, almost like a carrot.
Oh,
Nice. This is not a bear.
Well,
This is,
there you go then.
Certainly
So
not an orc. Well, that ruins my plans.
sort of looks like a parsnip.
this is a carrot. Then maybe that goes in row 5, and then
And the beetle gets promoted.
beetle gets promoted, and then but then what
What?
would get promoted next to the
Carrots
wolf,
don't eat
though?
shrubbery.
The carrot is with the shrubs. They hang out together, Zug.
Ah.
I guess. Do salmon?
Beetles eat other little beetles.
Beetles do indeed eat other beetles. Beetles also, I mean, perhaps not beetles, but insects do eat flesh.
I guess.
That's disgusting.
But also any kind of decaying matter. I wouldn't. They're not. They're also not predators. They are more scavengers.
Feels weird putting beetle in the same tier as a wolf, but well, let's give it a try.
One would assume the deer would go on perhaps the same tier as the wolf, but
Yeah,
Sort
but
of bigness, right?
deers only
Because the-
eat grass, right?
do deers only eat grass? DM?
Predominantly, yeah. Lichen and moss and...
I was gonna say in this world.
No, sorry, the weredeer are...
Are salmon predators?
Yes. Take a seat.
Okay, Hayden puts in tier 5 shrub, flower, tree, kelp, carrot. Tier 3 rabbit, salmon, deer. Tier 2 wolf, beetle. Tier 1 human.
Slotting them all into place, stepping back, maybe trying to push it a little bit to see if it moves. Nothing.
Sort of feel like beetles are quite bad.
You have the order wrong.
Well, what way around should it be?
Aku looks kind of unsure, but he walks over and puts the tree in the number 1 spot. The flower and the shrub on the 2. I guess the kelp, the carrot, and maybe the beetle on 3, and then the rest on 5.
Nothing moves.
I'm going to die in here.
We're not
Hayden
going
kind of.
to die in here.
We know where the door is. The door's just there. We can just leave.
True, I could
could
teleport
probably
us
open it.
out as well. Mm.
Wait, what do you mean you could teleport us out?
Oh, I can teleport us places, yeah, sure.
When Aku's order doesn't work, Hayden kind of looks to him and just smirks.
He's...
We are in a really big tree, so that being number 1 makes a bit of sense.
I told you, we have to flat out the tree
He's-
gods.
He's gonna... I don't know, he's gonna...
This is all from the natural 20 you got. I'm just giving hints.
He's gonna kind of put it like how it was with Hayden, when Hayden had it. But instead of humans at the top, he's gonna put the tree at the top. Hang on, sorry, let me think.
I've been writing down the orders that we've been trying in the campaign notes, by the way. So if you want to type out what you're trying there, so you've got it written down.
I'm so stupid.
Okay, I will make it slightly Just go in there. With the tree at 1, there is a slight click, and it locks, along with what. And then if you guys put another one that is correct, I will now lock it.
Oh.
I put my suggested one in the chat.
So Roman goes up, puts tree. Yeah, Roman's correct. Do you want to? What's your logic there, or reasoning?
Well, he wouldn't have initially put the tree at the top, but seeing Aku, his reasoning is that the tree is representative of the wild mother and her, and also the wild is what the representation of the wild being the number one thing, and everything else kind of just matches after that.
So a combination of Aku and Roman work this out. Aku, again with an natural 20, feels that there's no reason to place humans above anything else, truly. From the wild's point of view, you are predator, you are prey. And that sorts out the second row. These are predators, humans and the wolves. Prey, fish, the deer, the rabbit. And even they have to eat something. Again, kind of the beetles, the kelp, the flower, the shrub, the carrot on the bottom. Each of these are eaten by the one above them. It is the food chain. But ultimately, the reason why the tree rests on top is because, as Barnes noted when he walked in, we all die and we all become fertilizer and food for the forests. And that is why tree is number 1. And the row kind of falls down, and upon working that out, it all clicks into place, and the dais begins to slowly spin, with each of you standing there watching.
No, when we came in, I bullshitted the voice and said that I was fertilizer for it. Sort of hate that
Say
that
that
was
out
what
loud.
it...
Can't hear you.
I'd knows what I'm thinking, right, with some kind of god tree. Ah. Gods, man.
I'm not sure they can deliberately read your thoughts without your permission, though.
Gods do all kinds of things.
Can't argue with that.
As it rotates, it kind of whirls downwards, just continues whirling, and leaves like an empty space, a black hole where it once was. And kind of peering down, even though you have a dark vision, can't see anything beneath it.
We send some of the globs down.
Yep. The globs kind of begin floating down. You watch them as they kind of go 100. How many feet away can they go?
120 feet.
120 feet. Kind of go to the end of the vision. Nothing.
Did Aku say out loud that Ghost where Ghost was before, or did he just know in his head and didn't tell anyone else?
He didn't say anything.
Fair enough.
However, as you hear the grinding below of the dais stop, the panels around where your feet are, the stone panels, the first couple in the dais click in, and the second set click in, and slowly but surely the floor beneath your feet is disappearing.
Oh gosh.
Oh shit.
Is it turning to form any kind of staircase?
No.
I'm going to cast polymorph and turn into a giant spider. How big is a giant spider? Or no, flying. We'll go flying. We'll go a flying thing. What can hold the party? Can a giant eagle fit and hold the party?
Is that giant?
Yeah. Absolutely, it can.
So, sorry, Jamie, just to quickly clarify, you said the floor is disappearing from the center of the dais going outwards?
Yes.
And has that hit any of the walls yet? Are the walls staying up, or?
It's hit the back wall. The wall just seems to fall downwards, but the wall's still there.
Okay. Is there anything on the walls that I could grab onto to like hold onto if the floor disappears out from beneath my feet?
Yeah. Make an acrobatics check.
Oh god.
And we're gonna try pick up whoever doesn't seem to be able to
19?
do stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of hang on like one of the rotting walls, and it's gross, but you've kind of got a handle there and you're holding onto it. So Barnes transforms into an eagle, grabs who jumps on Barnes.
I'd say, jump on me. I'll be a bird or something.
Hold on. Where is my spell? Sorry, I have fly. I just can't find it.
Yeah, you got it from the book, I think. Okay, so Roman casts fly, but I'll say Barnes picks up Ascor.
Maybe I'll go for like a pteranodon, like one of the flying dinosaurs, something like that. That feels kind of ancient and old.
Yeah. Okay.
If I cast fly at 4th level, I can hit one other person.
Okay, who else do you hit?
Who else? I guess Zug, maybe.
Zug. Okay, so Zug and Roman can fly. Barnes and Ascor. I think
will grab Hayden and carry him like a bride in my arms.
I'm holding on
as
to
well.
I'm holding on to the wall. I'm
Oh,
good.
sorry.
If Aku's okay with that.
Hell no. How far can we see? Did you say sorry?
It trails off into the darkness. You can't see below you. Except now that the floor is kind of spring, you can see it. There is ever such a slight purple glow beneath your feet.
Oh hell no.
He's down there.
Well, I thought that was pretty obvious.
How is Aku standing right now? Is he falling?
Aku, I don't think has made a decision. I'll let. Aku, do you want to try to hang on to the wall?
Yeah, I guess so. He's standing there with his arms crossed, being like, "I'm not letting someone carry me down there."
Okay, so if you're not gonna let anyone carry you, are you just gonna let yourself fall once the?
Yeah, because the floor is disappearing out from underneath our feet right now.
Yep, just gonna fall.
Actually, sorry. Can I cast fly at 3rd level and just grab Zerg?
Yeah, feel pretty strong with your gauntlets.
Yeah, he's got ogre strength.
Yeah, I've got ogre strength. Yeah.
Okay, as it kind of pulls away,
And
you
Zug
like.
isn't very tall. He's just very stocky.
I'll say that like, unless you want to make a grapple check against Aku, Aku just falls. Hayden is being.
As a reaction, if Aku falls, Hayden will immediately cast Featherfall on him.
Okay. Featherfall. So Aku, your falling is slowed, and you just begin to slowly like sway side to side as you begin falling down. What are the rest of you doing?
Being carried, apparently.
You're getting carried.
Flapping.
Flapping with
down.
Asper on the back. Hayden, do you jump on the back of Barnes?
No, since I've just cast Featherfall, I can cast it on up to 5 people, so I'll toss one onto Zug and Ascor and myself, and I guess Barnes and Roman are fine right now, and after casting it myself, I will let go and fall down and see where it takes me.
Okay. It's Tetradon, right? Is that what you've transformed into?
Well, the stats are really bad. I don't know. What do people do? Giant eagles, giant owls? Them. But I kind of want to be a dinosaur because old stuff, so...
We're
Let's
not
be a
that.
pteranodon. But, like, I don't think it turned into something with int 2. That feels really fucking stupid, so I guess it has to be a giant eagle.
Okay, giant eagle. Cool.
How big's this fucking hole?
It's kind of going room sides. It's filling the entire thing.
Oh shit.
And as you all either slowly fall or do you follow the others down if you're flying?
Yeah?
Yeah. The hole just spirals downwards and downwards, and kind of slowly you guys are falling. The smell of like must and slight decay filling your nostrils and lungs. The architecture of merging stone, wood, stone all the way down. Suddenly, Barnes, the architecture, the ruins, the vague outline of whatever you can see on the side as you kind of flash by, the dancing lights around you, but also your enhanced eagle vision twitches in the back of your mind. Some ruins that this tree is obviously built on is tags at your memory. The rest of you kind of see the stonework, half-collapsed buildings off in the distance. As underneath this tree, this hole that goes down is like you feel yourself falling for what probably feels like half a mile, if not more. Aku, you know it's about 7/10 of the way to Ghost. As those of you with better vision, do eagles have dark vision?
No.
Okay, cool.
Uh.
Let me just get out a token for a token for an eagle.
By the way, if Featherfall starts to run out before we've hit the ground, I
how
will
long
recast
does
it.
it last?
Falling creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. The spell lasts for 1 minute.
No, that will be fine. It
Okay,
won't
cool.
blow up far. As okay, eagle, eagle rather than Barnes for this one. Why is this taking so long? Apologies.
My bad for polymorphing.
Okay, I will say you guys get so the lights get 120 feet down. 120 feet down, you begin to see the bottom. Sorry, 120 feet from where you are, the lights hit the bottom, and you see the bottom of this. There's like glinting of that of metal at the bottom, but also you see a spiral chamber with kind of large carvings of stone beneath it, and again, stone intertwined with bark. But you also see, in the vaguest of distance off, kind of at the very edges of the light, retreating from the light as if avoiding it purposefully. You see what seems to be a tentacle like pull back, and a large, like, muscled arm moving from the other side. As you all kind of, all of you will stop immediately, and you get the sense that whatever is at the bottom is aware of the light's presence, and you are now aware of it.
Do we have a new map?
Yes.
Eerie.
I'm nervous.
Very nervous.
I put Barnes underneath the owl, but that'll be Barnes. So
Giant eagle.
have you guys got vision on that, right? So looking down, this is what you see at the bottom.
We still have our globules, right?
Yes, I haven't actually put them as low light. 10 feet.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So we're in kind of a circular room, and there seems to be a massive set of doors to the south.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there also Jamie? Is there like a lot of treasure in this room?
There's glinting metal at the bottom. Yeah.
I'd like to have a little cheeky investigate around the room, see if there's anything.
You're not at the bottom.
Have I not landed yet?
No, you guys are hovering about 120 feet up in the air, and you saw something at the bottom.
Oh.
If you guys want to get closer, you might be able to see it.
They're still. Wait, are you still falling, or just literally hovering?
They're slowly falling, so with feather fall. So I will say you guys have limited time at this height.
I mean, I don't think there's any other way except down, so I'm just gonna keep falling.
As you fall downwards, in that case, then kind of looking around the room, those of you with dark vision at 60 feet notice 4 things lurking and moving around the side, and finally, as they kind of get into vision, 2 of them rise up before the others, and you see it. Those of you who would have fought one before, you immediately think, shit, beholders, as something like round is floating, but this has it doesn't have as many stalks, and it's kind of got almost like an octopus, is like long strands of feelers rolling off its mouth and downwards and kind of flaying outwards and gliding up towards you. The other 2 figures are like large, hulking, purple masses. You see them kind of with an elongated neck moving forward, vaguely humanoid but completely misshapen. But what immediately juts out of the darkness before anything else are 2 separated on either side of the room, large, leering red eyes just staring up at the party. And could I get all of you to roll initiative?
Can't we talk to them and be friends?
Yeah.
So have they landed, or
No,
what?
you haven't landed. I say you're all about 60 feet. These are just off the ground or on the ground, and you're all 60 feet in the air.
Okay.
That is a 23 on initiative.
And
affiliate myself, or-
rolled a 10.
I need to add everybody to turn order. And could somebody please play Ascor for me if you have access.
Let me double check.
Is Dancing Lights concentration, by the way?
It's a cantrip. I think it is concentration.
'Cause you would have lost it when you did flight, which is fine because
Um,
I'm just going to delete it in that case.
isn't there like some wizard shit where I can hold cantrips and concentration spells at the same time? Or
I don't think so.
Well, I obviously would have dropped it.
Well, it's only concentration for a minute, but I would say you drop Dancing Lights for now.
Yeah, that's obviously fine.
Okay, you can see the creatures around the edge. Just about, I think.
Does Roman recognize any of these creatures?
Yes. These look like creatures from the far realms.
Oh boy.
You recognize them as
boy.
a particular type of entity called a star spawn. They come in many different variations, but they are unmistakable to you.
Oh shit.
That's
not good. That's not good at all. I'd like to make it very clear that I landed next to Aku.
You haven't landed. You're in the
Well,
air.
I am staying close to Aku.
How does not dark vision, but darkness work? Like, is it pitch black, or can we see the outline
is
of a room?
pitch black.
Right.
I know that you're like
okay.
quite high up in the air, so I'm saying you can see the ground below you, but because you can't see anything, right? Chloe doesn't.
No.
Can Ascor cast light on
on himself as you go down.
on himself? Yeah.
Okay, what's that kind of? How far is
That is bright light in 20 foot, and then 20 foot dim after that.
Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna roll initiative for these guys. 4d20.
And that's not concentration.
Okay, cool. Just gonna write into these guys. So. What did I even roll?
Just to let you know, we can see your rules.
That's fine.
That's
No.
scary. I don't like it.
It's just initiative. Like
please
you'll
no.
know where they're going.
Can it just be a little one?
Stars. Okay. Oh no, this is actually higher. Okay, 13, no, 12, and 16. Okay, cool. In which case, who is top of the round? Sorry, Aku. Sorry, Aku. What was your initiative?
7.
7. Roman.
26.
26.
Oof. Ascor.
7?
Sorry, I didn't roll for Ascor yet.
Oh wait, no, that's
10.
10.
Thank you. Barnes Eagle Form.
Oh boy, so we're 60 feet up. We have 80-foot fly speed.
Oh, sorry. As in, like, what's your initiative?
Oh, I put it on. It's 18.
18. Oh, sorry. Did you? My bad. And Zug finally.
Okay.
Zug, your initiative. Sorry. 20.
I was 23.
23. Okay, cool. In which case we will do that. In which case it is Roman up first as you see these creatures. And could you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
I suppose so. Do I get Aku's bonus because I'm near him?
Yes.
I've
you
got
do.
Bane. Is that still on?
Yep.
Ah,
Those of you with Bane and Bless will still have it here.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
not
Oh,
great.
I get the inspiration D10 though.
Yes, you do.
So let me take that off. So that's plus a D10.
Are we meant to be able to see these creatures? Are they outside of this like room?
Oh no, they're in the room. You can see them.
Aku's plus 4 or plus 5?
Plus 4.
So that's 15 minus a D4.
That's a D10.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the inspiration. So that's 13.
Jamie, I thought this was like the edges of the room. Is that not right?
No. The edges of the room are out here. This is just a more central kind of lower pit.
Oh.
The edges of the
okay.
room go far beyond what you can see. So overhead.
I see,
Lower?
I see.
Like,
Oh, what did I just delete? I just
what?
deleted
Like, how
something,
far
I'm so
down is
sorry.
the lower pit?
So the pit expands outwards to like here. Can you see that?
Yeah, but like, how much lower is it?
This bit here is 10 foot lower than the rest. So these creatures are 60 foot away from you, but the very bottom of this is 70 foot below.
Okay.
So 70, 60.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, Roman. What was your wisdom?
It was a 13.
Okay, we will roll this again, but as in like next round. But I will say that what we talked about before about Roman maybe losing control,
Yeah.
it's not a good roll.
No,
What's happening right now?
Yeah, it is what it is. Being confronted with this is, yeah.
Worrying for the old man.
Okay, cool. I will have your go. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom, but I will still be here listening.
Okay. So, oh boy. Yeah, Roman probably definitely looks really spooked, and for a second, if he was that spooked, then he probably wouldn't be able to do anything really. I guess if Jamie's not here, can't pop it up, but I would like to pop up an echo at least. And then
for the smart rules lawyer people in the groups,
Hello, sorry, back.
does temp HP stack?
No.
So if I rolled another temporary hit point thing, it would replace the one that Barnes gave us earlier.
I think you can
Pretty
choose to not take it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It doesn't stack because otherwise, in our
We got that wrong
Thursday
last
group,
campaign.
in our Thursday group, I would have just sat there and like gave us all a million temporary HP, just
Yeah.
pumping out the cannon.
Okay, that's fine. I'll wait till I lose that then.
I mean, otherwise, as in that would be broken and therefore probably banned, which is why this one exists.
Okay, cool.
cool. Roman is probably gonna, he's still flying or floating, and he probably will like move back towards the center of where everyone is, and then like turn around and then see this guy in the top right as well and be kind of like freaked out. He's gonna summon an echo, and probably draw his sword and put his hand on it and say to the shout out into the darkness, Exandria!
So these look, now you guys get slightly ever closer, two of them look like almost jellyfish, but hulkingly large, weird mixtures between aboleths, some of the creatures you've seen ghosts, and Roman summon mixed with jellyfish, and the other two are kind of like large hulking brutes that kind of seem to be made of muscle and sinew, but again, that kind of crazy juttering from side to side central slit of an eye with red surrounding it is almost hypnotic. Okay, so do you fly anywhere, or do you kind of keep the center with everybody?
He'll keep to the center with everyone. Does he know anything specific about these creatures that he would be able to very quickly kind of warn everyone about?
So I'd say that you would be aware that, like, fairly obvious from their physiology, but like one of these is going to be significantly stronger, closer up front. The eye of one of these is hypnotic. So the kind of the two hulking brutes, don't look at them if you can. Avoid close combat. The larger one, like the jellyfish ones, weaker up front, psionically incredibly powerful.
Cool. Yeah, he would shout out for his brother, and then quickly kind of like gather his thoughts and don't look in the eye if that wasn't already fucking obvious, and try not to get caught up in those things that rip you apart if they got a chance to get you. And that's probably all he'd have time to say. I don't think he would be able to do anything else. He's probably processing everything that's happening.
Yeah. Cool. Zug. On the back of this giant eagle floating down.
Woo! Hold on, I'm really zoomed in so I can't see shit. So the jellyfish ones, you said, were okay, engage in close combat. Hulking ones don't engage in close combat?
Well, more dangerous in close combat. Don't engage in close combat is probably an advisory that Zug does not listen to.
Yeah.
Advice is advice.
Don't look them in that big red eye.
Okay. So I can only see what I can see, right? Hold on. So how high up am I at the moment?
60 feet. So you're 70 feet off the ground directly underneath you and 70 feet away from these creatures.
Okay, so if we were to use a Pythagoras now.
So D&D, I'm gonna for simplicity. You're just downwards and sideways. It's fine.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking like
Mm.
I'm still above this floating guy that I can see to the bottom, right? Can I ping? Is that a thing? No, it's
Yeah.
not a thing.
Yep, ping this one, right?
Yeah, that one there. Yeah.
Mm.
So considering I still have Featherfall, right? If I wanted to just
yes.
try and direct myself to land directly on top of it, like
This one over here, right?
the one in the south, like yeah.
So
that
you're gonna
one there.
move 30 feet, kind of floating through
I'm
the
gonna.
air.
Well,
this way.
I'm falling through the air. I want to attempt to try and just go straight on top of it.
Yeah. How far? What does Featherfall reduce the falling speed to?
I'm not sure. I'm afraid.
No, Hayden.
60 per round? Was it?
Yeah, 60
No.
feet per round. So I was gonna actually ask how many rounds do we have left on Featherfall?
I'll say this is for the point of clarity. This is probably the last one.
Okay.
So, okay, 60 feet per round. So I'd say as you kind of move over there, you drop and you land like in the pit, standing. This thing's floating slightly above you, Zug, as you hit the
How
floor.
far is slightly above me?
So it's like 10 feet this way, like above, and then another 10 feet in the air because it's kind of floating a little bit.
Okay, so out of interest, like if I was, would it be an acrobatics check if I wanted to try and land directly on top of it using Featherfall?
You don't
like
quite
off
have
something.
you don't quite have the movement.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. So,
However, this is only your movement so far, so you could action surge. You could use your action to dash.
No, I kind of don't want to yet. Okay, feels risky just like standing here. Is there anywhere nearby that's like, because I'm on the ground, right? Is there anywhere that looks like cover? Is this...
You could certainly try to like duck behind some rocks down here if you wanted to.
Could Zug just upon landing like draw his axe and attempt to try and duck behind cover? Yeah.
You use your bonus action to. You can use your action to hide. Yeah, so make a stealth check.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, he's not trying to like hide like stuff.
Just
I
trying to
mean,
take cover.
he is as close to start. Yeah, it's to get.
Yeah,
into
that's
cover.
fine. I'll use your stealth check, and that will determine how much cover you have.
Okay.
Don't use disadvantage though, because you're trying to find cover rather than move silently.
Okay, cool. That was a 18 then.
Okay, you duck behind a rock, thinking like this is shielding you from like, let's say these two are in your direct vision. It seems to be shielding you to that. Cool. Barnes.
Okay, so to drop a spell, it doesn't take any part of it, right?
Go.
Okay, so we're gonna use our movement, which is a lot of fly speed, 80-foot fly speed. He can't really see shit despite being an eagle, but we're gonna go to about here, I think.
Fly over here, and
Asgore comes with.
Yeah, Asgore comes
he's
with.
on my back, yeah. Because we can only see this guy up here. Is all we got. So I think, yeah, we're gonna drop the spell. And I'm gonna fire 3 beams towards it.
Okay, make 3 attacks at disadvantage.
At disadvantage? Why disadvantage?
I'll explain.
Okay, so that's a 23 is the first one.
It hits.
It's a 13 and an 18. Oh wow, another 23. Okay. And then a 14 and a 13.
Okay,
23.
they all hit. But it's weird. Like, as you're firing at this creature with the bolts, like, they seem to swerve ever so second. Like, you think it's hit, and it does, but that's the more kind of the follow through of where you thought originally. Like, this creature's body almost seems to shift impalpably in the dark. Like, you're not 100% sure where it is at any point.
Okay. But is it rolling full
all
damage?
3 of them hit. Yeah, all damage. Full
Okay.
damage, all of them. No, sorry. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Force damage, yeah?
All
It's
force damage, yeah.
9 damage, 10 damage, then 13 damage.
Okay, 9 damage, 10
damage, then 23.
Okay. So as you look at each of your blows, sorry, how much was the last one?
13.
That's it. As you each of your blows, because you're kind of off kilter and not sure, you thought you hit this creature with more vital points, but it's kind of ever shifting form in the dark, kind of remolding, reforming. You're not sure how much damage you've actually did to it. It seems to have done about not as much as you expected.
Oh, well, that's not doing very much. Zug, you alright down there? And he can just see Zug, so I'm going to use my bonus action to give him a bardic inspiration.
Woo.
And
Does that just like counteract Bane? Like,
you
to
can just
D10
add a
plus,
d10 to the roll.
Yeah. Oh, remember you have bless on each of those. You didn't need it, but just reminder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. It is this one's turn. It is going to you choose it. Okay. It is going to, as it kind of like weighs up its eyes, it's kind of like a crackle of electricity, and that bolts forward, explodes around Roman, Aku, Hayden. And could each of you make an intelligence saving throw, plus or minus Bane or Bless?
Do I get any sort of bonus off of Aku?
Yes, you do. Roman is too far.
What's Aku's bonus for intelligence saving throws?
Plus 4 still.
+4? Okay, cool. And Bane is -4, right?
Minus D4.
Oh, minus D4, okay.
Mine's a 21.
Okay, cool. So, the DC is 17.
Whew. I rolled an 18. And I had +4 from Aku, and then -4 from the Bane, because I rolled a D4 and got 4, so 18.
So it's 33 points of damage on a fail, and therefore 16 on a success of psychic damage. If you're resistant, you take half anyway, so I think that's Aku. So 16 points all round, I believe, and a concentration check for Roman.
And I get advantage on that because of Warcaster, right?
Yes.
And that's... a concentration check is Constitution.
Yes, and half the damage. So in this case, minimum of 10. So it's just a DC 10 con check with advantage, which you should pass, I imagine. Yeah. And then this creature is going to fly 50 feet into the air. So this is now 50 feet up. That's going to be the end of its go.
Which one is 50 feet up?
This one here.
Okay, well, I'll make a note of that.
And then this one here is also going to do the same. It's going to fly 50 feet up, so they're both 50 feet in the air. And it is going to cast Psychic Barrage against Hayden, if we can see. So that's going to be a D20 to hit. That's 20. So that's a 19 plus. Yeah, okay, that's 28.
Against my armor class?
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Surprisingly.
Ooh.
That is 40, 12. Hopefully when this rolls. That is... Sorry, I'm trying to... New toys. 36 points of psychic damage. As those three of you are blinded by synaptic static, as kind of your mind just fries and you feel yourself going, Hayden, you are hit as this creature kind of absorbs its full force. Kind of psychic blow on you, and could you roll a D3 for me?
A D3?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that existed.
But D3's unreal.
A 1.
I'll roll one.
Could you make a strength saving throw for me?
Okay.
Minus D1.
Oh my god, a strength saving throw.
You said
5,
-1?
Minus Bane.
Oh, roll 1d4. So that's a 4 total.
That's okay. So you're knocked prone, but that means you drop 10 feet downwards, so you're at 50 feet now, away from Aku. And you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as like the force of this psychic blow kind of pushes you down. You feel it, and your head feels disorientated. And Hayden's probably had many a concussion in this time, and you kind of get back up, and you feel like whatever that was, it's knocked your brain around inside your skull.
Jamie, before we move on, I just realized I've taken damage, so I don't know if I need to...
Yes. No. You. Sorry, to answer your question, yes, you can. But yeah, if you want to make, I'm just gonna roll back up to the rules we said. and copy
Yeah, I
paste them.
tried to look for them, but I couldn't find the specific wording of what we agreed on.
Yep. Okay. If you want to make a wisdom saving throw, though.
Sorry, did you say I'm 50 feet 50 or 15 feet below?
You're 50 feet, so you're at 60. You dropped to 10.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 21 minus 1 from Bane, so that's 20.
20. Okay. You managed to keep hold of yourself this time. But I've pasted the stuff down.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Cool. We'll get to that. However, Hayden, it's your go.
Yikes. Okay. You said that. Sorry, you said that Aku is 50 feet above ground or 60.
Aku is 60. You're 50 now.
Wait, am I 50 or 10 feet above ground?
50. Sorry, knocking you prone took you 10 feet down.
Right.
So
okay,
you went to
sorry.
60 to
I
50. Sorry.
misunderstood. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. Quickly righting himself after that blow, Hayden is going to grab onto his chest, and some kind of dark energy will kind of spew out from between his fingertips as he'll take on, and the energy will kind of like kind of burst over his skin and kind of form like a shimmer, like almost like a shield on him as he casts False Life, and he will gain 7 temporary hit points from that, and then you said that Featherfall has run out after this round?
It's not after this round, so you'll drop to the floor. So if
Okay.
you don't do anything or move, you'll hit the floor and you'll be safe.
Okay, cool. So I don't need to cast it again to safely
No.
land on the ground. Okay, that's fine.
No.
So then as my bonus action, I'm going to summon a Shadow Blade, and I am going to throw it at see, what's the range on this? I believe I'm in range. Range 2060. Yeah, so I've got
Of what are you trying to aim at?
no one's attacked any of these things yet, have they?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna attack the oh, that's 50 feet away, 2060. Yeah, I can hit this, right? It's 50 feet up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna throw a Shadow Blade at this this dude down here, the one in the south.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
So so hold on, how that counts as a simple melee weapon with which you're proficient. So I have to roll to hit first, which is it doesn't give me a hit / DC. Would I just use a normal dagger hit DC for this?
Yeah, thrown weapon if you're gonna do it.
Okay, let me just quickly equip a dagger so I can just roll that, because I don't remember. Where did it go? Where did my daggers go? There it is. Okay. Alright, so that's a +8 to my throw. So does a 27 hit it?
27 hits, yep.
Cool, so that does 12 psychic damage to...
Okay. The shadow damage blow through, and you see it like fly towards this creature, dead on center, like right between its weird kind of slit eyes and underneath its tentacles. And as the psychic energy kind of pulls in, the head kind of pulses slightly, and you just see the dagger kind of shatter as it goes towards this creature and kind of gets melted into the kind of the energy that's propelling it upward. No damage from psychic.
Are we supposed to be able to see these monsters?
Not if you can't.
Might be that close.
They are shadows in the dark.
Frustrating. I'm like, why didn't I make a dark vision character? I could have done it, guys.
Yeah, you might just be able to see Rowan having a fucking freak out and looking at stuff like past where you can see as well.
And Hayden's thrown it, and like you've seen a spell or crackle of lightning come from the northeast. Aku, and like hit you, but nope.
Okay. As he sees his dagger just kind of like shatter ineffectually against the Kara space of the creature, Hayden's gonna call it to his friends. Don't think psychic attacks work. And that'll be the end of my turn. I don't think I can control my movement at all, can I, as I'm falling?
Like a little bit. I've allowed people to like swim or push themselves. So if you wanted to.
Nah, I still want to drop where I'm dropping, but
Where are we dropping?
Cool.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Cool. Ascor, who's been dropped off the ground by Barnes.
Yeah. So yeah, Clued helpfully sent me a picture of what Ascor can actually see, because I can obviously see a lot more. So I guess probably Ascor probably just looks up to the monster that he can see after being dropped on the ground and is probably like, by the platinum dragon, what is that? And he can only see this thing. So I think, given that I've seen him do it before, he would cast banishment on it.
Okay, banishment.
Hog?
That's a charisma saving throw, right?
It is
Yeah.
on this thing. This is the only one he can see. I think he
What's
probably
what's Ascor's DC?
charisma saving through banishment is a 17.
I rolled a 17,
Oh, F.
but has a -1.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, that's a good roll. Sorry, that's good. By the platinum dragon. Fuck off.
What is that? And like, I guess as he points at it, it probably is like, get it out of here! Get it out of here right now!
As it's kind of like envelops
like
into
he's
its
in the
eye.
room.
Asgore kind of like a portal appears, and this creature kind of gets dragged back into the purple realm from whence it came for the portal, and it's no longer here.
From whence it came, because it
Whence it
certainly
came.
is. It certainly is not from here.
And that's-
Oh, wow. I guess it responded to me positively.
What are we meant to fight now? I can't see anything.
Well, I've done the job for all of you, so you're welcome.
You're just the best. Wow, incredible.
Thank you, I know.
The hype man Escort does not need.
Okay, Asgore, anything else you're doing with your turn?
Probably just standing up straight, feeling himself. My job here is done. I'm sorry, I'm such a terrible Asco.
No, this is the perfect Escort.
That's great. It's perfect, Asgore.
Great.
Okay, it is this creature's turn. This creature's going to stand forward, and Kurd, Aku, Hayden, Zug, and Roman all make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, why is it always wisdom?
Why is it always wisdom?
Oh, I rolled good for once. Oh wait, I got the pain.
Actually, Zug, you're behind cover. Don't.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
wow,
all of
that's
you.
pretty good.
All of you, this creature's eye is hypnotic. You all try to heed Roman's advice and stare away from it, but there's nothing. It like you sense it physically almost pulling you back, and it, like there's nothing, and it kind of like lets out kind of its two mouths on either side of its eye, kind of run out and let out some kind of like ghastly like screams that Roman just goes straight through you. You feel yourself kind of clam up slightly, but unsure what to do. You see this like light fissure out, fire towards you, and could Roman and Aku make dexterity saving throws.
Wait,
What
what happened to our wisdom saving
Wisdom.
throws?
Yeah.
You all succeeded.
Oh,
Oh, you okay.
That's to stare at its eye or not. This is as its eye let out like a huge beam towards all of you. On a successful save, which you will save, you take 6 points of damage. As the eye kind of, the light kind of pieces off, and you kind of again feel yourself being dragged in there. And everything these creatures have done so far, it's your physical body is fine, but your mind has been like stretched and pulled and twisted and chained. And Roman, it is a horrible, familiar experience. Could you roll a d20 for me?
Oh boy. What's the 20? That's a D8. That's a D20. That's a natural 1.
Oh, could you roll an attack roll for me using your sword?
Yep. That's a natural 20 for 31.
Raise, what's your AC?
Ooh.
My AC.
Yep.
19.
19. You're, as you kind of like focus in the paralyzes through you. All of you see there's like a bit of a ignite of purple blue energy as Roman's tattoos flash, and a crackle of electricity leaps off from him, hits his own echo, and the echo just evaporates immediately.
Oh shit.
That's going to be the end of this guy's go. Aku.
So, in terms of like, obviously I can't really see anything, but has anyone kind of given any, like, has said anything so that I know like how much people can actually see, or is everyone just kind of?
So I think Barnes has said he can't see anything other than one thing. Ascor has said it's dealt with and done. Roman has been fairly mute. Hayden has thrown a dagger off to the south, and Zug has gone off to the south.
Hayden also shouted, psychic attacks don't seem to work.
Yeah, so you get a sense that there are things from the south, but you have seen a spell be cast from the northeast.
And what happened to Roman's light spell?
Ascor's light spell should still be on him. You can
Oh,
still
But
get
it's,
it.
spell is
sorry,
on
yeah.
him,
It's quite small, so I put it in player chat, but it's what they have around
Oh,
them.
sorry, I think actually low light, apologies, it should be this. That should be more that you could see.
Oh, well, this changes things, my friend.
Yeah, because I think I had Ascor's both set at 20, whereas actually it's bright 20, dim 40,
Can't
but
believe you've done
20
this.
in addition. So,
Can you, Clue, do you mind sending me a screenshot?
Yeah,
of
I'm gonna
look at
put it.
now,
I'm
thanks.
gonna put it in player chat. Yeah.
because 40 is quite a bit longer.
Yes.
Apologies.
He probably wouldn't be looking at that tiny thing in the corner anyway. He's like, I've dealt with it now.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I can kind of see the like parts of the southern jellyfish.
Yeah.
So, Aku, who is
60 feet in the air currently.
60 feet, so he can technically reach it, is gonna... Actually, how far are you rolling this?
I'm allowing you to move your
Throwing.
movement in the air before
No,
you fall.
throwing.
Oh, throwing your spear, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your spear's probably got throwing spear 5e. Probably, that's definitely within range, but I'm just 20, 60, so 20, that's 60 disadvantage, so you'll have disadvantage, but you can definitely throw it to hit.
Okay, well...
Max range 60, optimally anything below 20.
Okay, he's gonna throw his spear then. 13 with disadvantage.
13 hits. These creatures are not armored particularly well. Could you roll damage for it?
That should be, I think, a 1d6 then, if I'm throwing it, or are you saying that it's the same as my...
No, it is a 1d6, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Plus your bonuses, so it's a +3, I think, at this point. Plus it's hitting a aberration. Does it do extra damage to aberration at the moment, or I'll let you work out spear stats. So.
Why would it be +3?
I think it's a +3. It's either. I think it might be a +2 spear at the moment, right? It's just an enchanted spear.
Yeah, it's... Oh, right. Okay, I see what you mean. I thought you meant in total. Okay, cool. Okay, so 9 points of damage, and he is gonna teleport to his spear.
Okay, so as the creature's like embedded in it, you kind of like grab hold of it, kind of slamming down, and the spear's kind of big, and you're hanging off it slightly. And you're kind of up close to this creature. You see its kind of tentacles rapidly moving, its eyes shifting madly side from side. Its kind of green skin is like looks almost wet to the touch, and you see it, but like it's almost like consistently changing and moving as if it's like boiling water, like shifting round and round. It doesn't look like it's solid surface.
Okay, I should have done this first, but it's fine. Using my bonus action, I am going to channel divinity. And That should be... Vow of Enmity, so I'm gonna cast that.
This creature, yeah.
Yep. And then go in for my second attack. I'm wondering if I can grab onto one of its tentacles and just try and stab it, if I can pull the spear out, or is that...
I will allow you to make a second attack, but you will then fall off afterwards. If you want to try to grapple this creature, you would need to do that instead of an attack.
So I don't still have the featherfall effect?
You do. You'll fall to the ground, taking no damage, but it's 50 feet in the air, so you'll fall away from it.
That's fine. I'm just gonna attack it.
Cool.
Okay. Of course, natural one doesn't matter anyway.
Okay. And as you fall away from this creature's range, it's going to get an attack of opportunity against you. That's a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, you both of you miss each other. Ships passing in the night as you kind of like attempt to slam. You cut something off, but it doesn't seem particularly essential to this creature, and its tentacle kind of tries to rip up. But your slow falling kind of clearly deters its attack, and it, as you land on the ground, looking up, its kind of feelers, even though it as its entity is 50 feet up, its feelers are kind of almost still on the ground as this gargantuan large creature is trailing its down, like as you see, jellyfish, but seemingly of seemingly deep underground here and psionically assaulting you and your friends. That other creature's banished, so we'll go to the top of the round. And given the timing, we shall perhaps leave it there for next session when Asgore can get back. Leaving D&D Boyband having got through the temple and fallen down into perhaps some ancient ruins beneath the Arbor Exemplar, and under assault by the Starspawn, far too familiar to Roman. Dun, dun, dun.
Ghost, you motherfucker, where are you?
Oh my god. I
Dracula,
feel like...
you big fucking nerd, where's my money?
I feel like we were massively like outnumbered and outgunned. Like in this scenario,
Probably.
I am really scared.
We've banished a boy. It's fine.
Yeah, but like in one round, those like psionic dudes like took down like over half of my HP,
But they didn't really touch anyone else,
and
though,
and that was with
so-
me succeeding on my saving throws.
How much HP do you have?
Not enough.
I mean,
Don't
obviously.
worry,
but-
I took healing word.
So
It's all good.
my total HP is 65, and I'm down to 17 with 7 temp because of false life, which I can't
You have
cast again.
65 health? Holy
Yeah.
shit, you're fragile.
Oh boy.
I'm baby.
You need to be at range, my dude.
I know.
Sorry, I'm just giving Zug advice over here.
No, it's all G. Okay, cool. So thank you everyone for watching. If you missed the beginning of the stream, please do check out our TikTok. It is findable at D&D Boyband. You can find it on the TikTok app. I think there's also links on our Twitch page as well. Please join our Discord server if you haven't already. We are friendly. We have lots of memes, and it's just a good place to hang out and meet other D&D players. And yeah, with that, we're gonna raid. It's another UK channel called Aftermath UK, and they're doing part 4 of their campaign, The Wilds Beyond the Witchlight, Friend or Foe. They look like they're having a good time, so we're gonna send some love over their way. So this channel is intended for mature audiences, so if you're under 18, you want to get out of there.
Get out of here.
Probably get out of this stream as well, because we're fucking degenerates.
Past bedtime for minors, anyway.
Wild Beyond the Witchlight's a really fun module, though. It's really cool.
Oh, we should check it out sometime. But yeah, thank you everyone. Please hop in the raid, and we will see you next week.
Bye.